We're live, guys.
Are we live?
I hope so.
We're live and alive. Ludovico,
We are.
how you doing?
Good afternoon, everyone.
I like your shirt.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful shirt.
It really is.
I like to think of it as my lucky shirt.
Is it?
Yeah, whenever we do a Napoli watch along, I always wear
and they
this
never lost.
underneath.
And I don't think they've lost since you worn that.
Now
Yeah.
he's trying to jinx you.
No, I'm not trying
So
to.
I don't have my.
I'm just saying the facts, the fatti.
I think you wore that when we did the
Exactly.
photo shoot, no?
This one, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because
We
it's
did
good
the
luck.
photo shoot. Yes. Yes.
It is. You see?
So-
I love it.
We're very superstitious.
We,
The
we
Neapolitans, that's what they're famous for.
I never knew that.
Yes, a lot. Believe me, a lot. We really believe in churches, in sayings, and things that you want to do, or you try to repeat and do the same things that you did in previous times. Whenever you feel it brings you luck, it's all psychological. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
You don't do score predictions, right? You never do them, right?
He does them sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I feel like in
Sometimes.
Napoli they wouldn't.
They do a lot of betting. In Napoli, that's the Campania region is the highest in Italy. If
Really?
Not, yeah. They
Well-
bet a lot. Neapolitans, they bet on everything. I mean, numbers on a daily basis, what they spend on betting based on dreams and what they've seen or what they went through, something that happened on that particular day, or they translate all into the into numbers. And then they play those numbers and they try to win. You have betting places in Campania. There's one basically on every block.
Well, you know, yesterday I listened to Antonio and my dad. First mistake was listening to them. $40 on Dzeko to score. These guys thought Dzeko was going to score. Lost all my money.
As Ludo would do.
Listen, we were talking about this before. You're playing against a great team, and you got to put those goals in. You have one opportunity, two opportunities. You got to score because they will find a way to punish you if you don't if you don't put it in. So you have to be perfect against those teams. You have to be you have to be perfect tactically, mentally. And you have to have that coldness in you that when you're in front of the net, you got to put that ball. You got to put that ball in because you might not get a second or third opportunity because then they will find a way to score on you.
Whether you meant it or not, I think that was kind of hinting at yesterday's match for Inter against Liverpool.
That's lately what it has been with the Italian teams overall. That these top teams, they do great in Serie A, but once they get their feet outside of Italy, they tend not to have that mentality, that personality.
Why?
To compete. I guess it has to do with maturity. It has to do with that self confidence and that personality in you that translates into the team / organization. It has to do. It's something that it's going to be embedded, but it's going to take time. It is embedded on you, and then by making mistakes, hopefully you will learn. It's like a building. It's like a building block that you learn from these mistakes. But in order to learn and gain that self-esteem and that confidence, you need to participate and play these types of games more and more and more. You cannot just play Champions League or Europa League and play the first round and then get knocked out. I mean, you're not going to get that exposure, that mentality that these teams have, like Bayern, Liverpool, and Real Madrid, and other. And look at PSG. They do great up to a certain point, and then they get to the end and they choke. Why do they choke? Because they haven't. Juventus the same. I mean, they do great up to, and then they choke at the end because I guess you don't have that
The experience.
that state of mind, that mentality, and that's what I'm looking from Napoli today. For me, I'm looking for confidence and personality. Napoli to show confidence and personality, even though it's not the same Barcelona as the past, but you're going to have 75,000 fans, 6,000 of them are Neapolitans
Wow.
that traveled to Barcelona, and they took over La Ramblas.
Yeah.
Meaning
It's a nice
basically
space.
it's Ramblas.
It's a street.
Yes, it's like Napoli.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, those streets
huge
in
path,
Napoli, those
Street
those
vendors.
yes, the street
there's
vendors,
everything.
those particular
marketplace,
neighborhoods
the marketplace.
in Napoli, like Quartieri Spagnoli, Forcella,
Yeah.
and all these.
All the Napoli fans are there.
Wow.
Yes,
were there?
Yeah, of course, they go to Ramblas. You have all these restaurants.
Sagrada
Did you see?
Familia.
Did you see?
Mentality.
You see fans over there? Did you see some videos and stuff?
I saw them on the internet at 6,000, and they got there yesterday. They arrived there yesterday. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see the stadium being full. But playing in a stadium where it has a lot of history and the shirt and what Barcelona represents for international soccer, even though Messi is not there anymore and it's not the same team, but it's
Still.
Napoli that needs to step up to the plate and show that personality, that character, and play their game. You have two teams that possession-wise, they both can possess quality, feet, great quality when it comes to moving the ball, one touch, and we just need to be to be perfect. We just need to be absolutely perfect tactically, disciplined, and try to get out of here. Try to leave Spain
And a good result.
with
Yeah.
a positive result.
I don't think they gotta be perfect, to be honest, but this is not the same Barcelona like you were saying before. I think Napoli have enough quality to get a positive result. Yeah, they are playing away at Spain, but they got great players. They do have some injuries, players out, but their attack is great. We all know how well their defense has been in Serie A, the best defense in Serie A. The midfield
Most
has been
clean
great.
sheets in Europe.
Exactly.
Most clean sheets in Europe.
Unfortunately, Lobotka is not available for this match, who's been playing very good, but we all know quality Anguissa is there. I want to read the lineups that we have also. No, I don't have them on the screen.
We also
But I can read them.
what was I gonna say? It doesn't feel like a Europa League match. This feels like a Champions League
Champions
match.
League match, correct.
I mean,
Yeah, agreed.
when you say
Sure.
Napoli and Barcelona, you don't think about that. You think about like a Champions League night, and I think that you'll see that same momentum from both of the sides. I think when you put each other against a Napoli or a Barcelona, you're looking at the opposition. You're saying this is not a normal, Europa League match that they're probably used to, or at least until you got to a final or you got very deep into it. I think we're lucky to get this matchup.
Yeah, I want to read Napoli's lineup really quick. Playing their classic 4-2-3-1 formation. Meret starting as the keeper over there. Kalidou playing with Rahmani in the center back. Di Lorenzo right back. Juan Jesus playing left back.
That's the surprise.
That's a surprise. Who's been playing center back alongside Rahmani with Koulibaly out for AFCON. Fabian and Anguissa finally back in the midfield together, who's usually been Lobotka. We got Insigne, Zielinski, and Elmas, who's taken over Politano, who is out also. And Oshiman, another surprise, who we thought Ciro Mertens was supposed to be starting. So a few surprises from what we saw from the probable lineups. What do you think about this overall, Ludo?
Osimhen, it was a last-minute decision.
Yeah.
He skipped practice yesterday, precaution. Spalletti did not make him practice, so he rested, and today he's starting. And Elmas does not convince me on the right.
No,
Elmas.
more of a central player,
Yeah,
right?
he does not convince me on the right. We need to see how Napoli sets up on the field. Other than that, Mario Rui, I expected to start. Juan Jesus probably on the left, a little bit more defensive, and giving the opportunity to Di Lorenzo on the right to overlap. This is how Spalletti probably read the game. Two solid center backs, Rahmani and Koulibaly, and then the European goalkeeper, which is Meret. He starts the European games, and Ospina starts the
rotation.
the Serie A game. Mertens will come off the bench, like we were discussing before. I like when Mertens reads the game from the bench. He can come in the second half and basically position himself in certain places on the field where he can cause a lot of damage. Plus, he can play different. He could cover different positions.
You said Elmas you don't like on the right wing. Would you rather have preferred Unas, who's on the bench, or no?
Unas is a player. I like him as a player because he's one of the few in Serie A that could take on a man 1v1. He has a tremendous burst of speed that he can take you on. And when Napoli is on the defensive side, Unas with that speed, he can really.
Yeah.
Unas and Osimhen can really hurt you with that speed. But Elmas on the right, I guess there are no others. Probably Elmas moving a little bit more to the middle and allowing Di Lorenzo to come up the line for crosses and penetrating run. That's why probably I'm thinking Jesus on the left fullback that moves more towards the middle and having Di Lorenzo as a going up and down the
wing,
up and down the wing. But we'll see how they how they set up. I foresee a lot of like a chess match. Very tactical, a lot of movements horizontally with the ball.
Yeah.
They'll
Beautiful.
study each other at the beginning, and then we see how the game develops.
Yeah, beautiful stadium, man.
We're about to have kickoff. Everybody in the comments, let's get some predictions for the match. I'll start off. I'll go with a 2-1 Napoli win. Do you do it
From
or
your
no?
mouth to God's ears. I see here a 1-1. Honestly,
I say 3-2 Napoli. I think there's going to be a lot of goals.
We've got Logica, who says 2-1 Napoli. The Milan Messenger, 2-1 Napoli. Lucas, 3-1 Napoli. Thomas saying 2-1 Barca. All right, it's mixed. Couple 1-1 draws. Match has begun.
personality, character. That's what I'm looking for. Something that, according to my knowledge, was missing, especially the second half of the Napoli-Inter game. Inter scored very, very soon, and I thought Napoli could have done a little bit more in trying to get the 3 points and trying to win that game the second half against Inter, and we lacked to do that. So today, these are the type of games that help you grow.
For sure.
And that's what we hope, that can give you that boost, that energy, that mental energy and approach that Napoli right now needs in Serie A in order to succeed and finish top four.
Yeah. Even though it's not the same Barcelona, they still have that heavy name. So it'll be a big motivational win.
Do you believe that he doesn't work out with weights? You know, he said that he does not work out with any weights. He does not lift weights. That was the most unbelievable thing I've heard. He is so big. I don't know how he doesn't work out with weights.
He probably has that natural DNA strength.
The genes.
Yeah,
the
but
upper part of his body.
but still, you need. I think you would need.
I don't know.
I think you would still need, because he used to be so skinny.
I seen people get huge just on calisthenics.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you can't get big like that.
No, that's not. I don't think that's true.
Really?
Yeah. He just does repetition. He probably does a billion of them.
Yeah, maybe that's that.
That's what it is.
We gotta get on.
And he's crazy quick. This guy.
We gotta get on that workout.
Imagine having his genes. Oh my god.
But technically, he's not that good. I think with the ball at his feet, it's kind of a weird sign. I thought it was kind of weird for Barca.
He wasn't really a starter this season for Wolves.
Really?
Think. Yeah. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure every time I checked Wolves, I checked every now and then because they have some former Olympiacos players. I feel like I didn't really see him.
Wait, Mike,
start.
who are you going today? Olympiacos or Atalanta? Do you believe this?
I didn't understand. I didn't hear what you guys were.
Atalanta is playing his team Olympiacos, and he can't give an answer.
I think Atalanta.
Not what you think. Not what you think. No, not what you think. That wasn't my question. Who do you want to win?
It'd be nice if Olympiacos wins, but they're not a very strong team.
Who would you want to win? I'm giving you the idea. It's gonna say whatever you say will happen. Who do you want to win?
Well, let me check this and I'll tell you. Let me check this Traore thing.
Oh, we're gonna wait for that. We're not gonna let him get away with it, guys. By the way, everyone that's watching, make sure you like the stream. Subscribe if you have not already. We're watching Barca against Napoli. First match is in Barca.
He played 20 games. He started 10, so half of them is a starter.
Okay, now to the question that we care about.
I mean,
Who would you want to win?
for my dad, I'd want Olympiacos to win.
No.
He was
You
always-
decide who wins. Who would it be?
I want my dad to be happy, to be honest.
So you're going for Olympiacos.
I'd like the Olympiacos to win.
All right, we're gonna prove
Yeah.
him wrong. We're gonna prove him wrong.
I mean, I think
I'm
Adlan's
gonna,
gonna win
I'm
90%.
gonna, I'm gonna save this argument because you've used this for me a couple times in the past for what's
but
for
I'm
the
doing
good of
this
the league.
for my dad. My dad always.
Don't use your dad as a cop out. I asked your
It's
dad
not a
over here. He's
cop-out.
gonna say Atalanta.
No, he's not gonna say Atalanta. It's a reasonable answer, I think.
We gotta
Right,
clip
Ludo?
this.
Yes.
My
Not
dad
at
was
all.
Go with your heart.
My dad was from
I'm
that city.
I'm gonna
supported
remember.
that team since he was a kid.
I'm gonna remember this.
So for my dad,
Based on the first couple of minutes, Barcelona is pressuring the Napoli ball carriers, not allowing them to play the ball as quickly. That one touch that Napoli is capable of doing, and also the defense of Barcelona, I see a little bit high, keeping the team very short, and Napoli will look for those vertical passes for Oozing.
Barcelona definitely possessing the ball a lot more than
See,
expected.
they're pressuring the ball carrier really high. Look how high they are. So now we need to be careful to adapt to that style of play and basically play sometimes these long balls. You can lose a ball there.
No. That's no.
Here we
no!
go.
Ooh.
See, these
Big
are the
shot from
mistakes we need
Barca.
to avoid. So at that point,
They're pressing a lot.
yes,
Barca.
they're pressing
I didn't-
really, really high. So you need to play those long balls because the team is high.
man.
Those long balls passing the midfield of Barcelona, looking for that's a clear shot.
Wow, that was not too far.
Could have and should have done better. Barcelona with that.
Look
shot.
at the
But
press,
again,
though. Look at
yes.
Barcelona, relentless.
Thing is, can they keep that up?
Yeah,
Look,
they won't.
Look,
But-
right away they physical and running. Look,
Oh, buddy.
so we need to be.
Oh, my
lost
God.
That's
What
the
are
third,
they
fourth ball we
doing?
lost in 30, 40 seconds.
Literally,
Turnovers
not even
in
40
30, 40
seconds.
seconds, and that's
If
not.
that. Oh, boy.
Ludo, how much do you value the Europa League? Like, is it a competition that you would feel really happy if you're able to win, or do you think that Napoli it makes it more difficult for them to balance out between the Campionato and Europe?
Listen, it's still Europa League. Number one, by winning it, guarantees you a spot in Champions League by winning it. So that's a plus. It also brings money to the organization as far as TV rights.
Nice.
But it does take away from you energy playing during the week. You need to have a roster. You need to have a long roster, healthy roster.
Oh, no.
And,
No. Nice
you-
tackle.
Then you can possibly accomplish both. I still feel at this point, and I'm being very honest, I don't think Napoli has the team for winning the Scudetto, but we definitely can finish top four. Now, by moving on in Europa League, who knows as far as injuries and the end of the season and energy-wise, what will take away from you. But I strongly believe right now the main focus for Napoli, if they need to make a choice, is getting into Champions League, getting into the calcio that counts. Because remember, you make Champions League, you get that 40, 50 million off the bat, and that helps in the programming, in the salary negotiations, signing new players, re-signing players like Fabian Ruiz, or trying to keep the Koulibaly and the Fabian Ruiz and other players that their contract is expiring. So
For sure.
it's very important for Napoli to be in the top four, to finish in the top four.
For sure. And we also got to say, for the people that are asking, of course, the stream is brought to you by Paramount Plus. We are watching on beautiful Paramount, watching the Champions League, watching the Europa League, watching Serie A, watching the Coppa Italia. So we got the link in the description, the top of this description, to check it out. Ludo, I know you've been watching Paramount like crazy. 3 screens at your house, watching all these Serie A games, all this stuff. Me and Ludo communicate a different thing. Be like, you already know you're watching on Paramount Plus, and we keep Ludo. We have a nice little group chat, right, between us.
Correct.
That we talk about all Serie A stuff.
Thanks
It's
for
like a
having
mini
me, guys.
podcast.
Thanks. Thanks. Find that
Especially
out
when
now.
I give you the scoops.
Yeah, Ludo's the first one to know about all the news.
Who are your
and
sources?
rumors.
Who are your sources?
You can't say it.
I gave
You
him
can't say it.
the biggest scoop I gave him was Shevchenko, and he didn't believe me. And he didn't believe me that he was going to sign for.
Ludo's a Napolitano Fabrizio Romano.
Well, Fabrizio Romano's from Napoli.
Oh yeah,
He's
you're
Napolitano.
Right, you're right.
Yeah, he's from Napoli.
That's funny.
Everybody's from Napoli. I swear. Everybody's from Napoli, one way or
Ludo,
another.
you related to him? Are you related to Fabrizio?
Do you know who Fabrizio Romano is?
The Serie A guys? No.
No,
Sky
Fabrizio
Sport
Romano.
journalist.
He's a journalist online.
Sky Sport on Sky.
show
I
you a
heard
picture.
of him. I heard more Di Marzio.
Yeah, he works. They work
works
like together.
together.
Right. His dad. I mean, great.
Di Marzio's from
yeah.
Napoli too, isn't he? Yeah, see, I told you
Played for
everybody's from Napoli.
I
Yeah.
told you, I knew.
Napoli. He discovered Maradona. Yes.
You know.
So
Wow.
Everybody's
is an
from.
institution in Napoli back in the 70s.
I swear,
Napoli
everyody-
and,
everybody's
Maradona
from
in his
Napoli.
heart.
Beautiful.
Gianni Di Marzio.
Yeah.
Everybody, let's say close to my age, remembers great calcio personality for Napoli, just like Vinicio, Boskov, Bruno Pesaula, for those guys that
old
lived.
school guys.
You got Luis Vinicio that coached Napoli in the mid '70s. And he started playing the zone kind of calcio, what everybody now these days remembers Sacchi bringing to the table, the way Milan was playing zone and not man, but Vinicio was already doing that in the mid '70s, coaching Napoli at that time when we finished second, third place.
You know, when I went to Italy, we went for the derby, our driver was Napolitano. I told him the one that you have. I can't remember. I can never remember what they're called. You know, like the little sayings that you have. What do you call them?
Proverbi.
Yeah, proverbs.
Proverbs. Right.
I told him the one about the fox. He knew it right away. He's like, yeah, we got those.
The grape.
The grape. Yeah, the sour grape. I swear,
I
everybody's on that.
Anto, he got so confused and got annoyed.
I don't know what that means.
Those are the proverbs of the people in the day-to-day Napoli, those small little
the villages?
not villages,
No?
those little streets where the sun doesn't reach.
Yeah. Only the locals go there,
So,
right?
yeah, those
I got you.
places, and those were the sayings of the old timers and the
Come on.
old generation.
pass
that,
it.
Left. Insigne.
That corner. Oh, throw it.
I was explaining to them that you have one of those for everything that happens in
Situation.
life.
Yeah,
I feel like you have one to
these are
explain
life,
everything.
These
Life
are life
lessons,
life
right?
lessons of the old timers, of regular people. And if you analyze one by one, they're true. They're not fantasy. They're true. I mean, if you analyze,
That's a little twist.
Nah, it's just
on the,
it's honestly
send it,
it's
send
the
it,
way
send
that you pull them out of it's the way that you pull them out of your head out of nowhere that always cracks me up. Would you have one for the Inter fans in the chat? Like Peter yesterday, we went out with him. I don't think the guy said one word yesterday after the game. He couldn't speak.
He was a little
He
mad
tried
after
playing
the results.
foosball. He couldn't play properly. He said his mind was somewhere else.
The cat
We'll
got
give
your
you
tongue.
some.
the best word is the one that's not said.
Oh.
Listen, Peter understands calcio, and he knows that, like we were talking about before, you need to have that personality, that character, that maturity as a team to step on the field and say to those guys, you are mine today, I own you. And you give me one opportunity, I will score on you. And he knows that Inter, but overall the Italian teams in Europe, they need to they need to do better.
Well said.
Look at Milan, for example.
You're
Milan
right.
first place in Serie A, and they didn't even qualify.
They finished fourth.
They finished fourth in the group. but you need to mature. You need to find the right players with the right mentality, the right approach, the right frame of mind that will take you to the next level. And right now, Serie A is not at that level
Yet.
of.
How many years do you think Serie A needs to see a Serie A team win a Champions League?
You need Serie A right now. You need to start. It's, to my understanding, Serie A, number one, we lack the structures, we lack the investment, we lacking the people that are with a certain kind of money and a certain amount of cash that can take over Serie A, buy a team in Serie A, a strong team in Serie A, and say, listen, okay, now we can get top players and pay them a certain amount of a certain salary, like these English Premier League teams do, and Spain, and well, there's only a couple in Spain. We need to do a better job as far as fields, structure, farm system.
Oh, nice save,
beautiful
Meret.
shot. The youth system, believing in our young guys, of the soccer players of tomorrow, giving them the opportunity, and then Serie A, based on structure, fields, needs to do a better job in marketing itself. Serie A does not do a good job in marketing the product of the culture. The only way you do that is by bringing names, by bringing players, or developing those players that tomorrow will become a name, like you did back in the 90s with those
the
with
superstars.
those, with the superstars of the 90 of the 2000s. There's only a couple of teams in Serie A that really believe in their farm system, youth system, and try to develop players. But then you sell them to a strong team, and then they either wind up on the bench, or not playing and not producing. Look, Insigne for a minute. Look, Insigne from Napoli. Where did he go try out?
He went to
Pescara?
Inter or something, no?
He went to both Torino
Yeah.
and Inter. They both said, you're not good enough.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Go
He was
back
too
to
short,
Napoli.
no?
He was too short. You're not good enough. Go back. Come back when you grow. So he went to Napoli, and this guy believed in him in the Napoli youth system, and he took him. I forgot the
We made a
scout.
post on
He
that,
gave him
yeah.
He gave him an opportunity. But now, if this guy would not have been around, what would have happened to a player like Insigne, a quality player, good feet? What would have happened? He
He'll never be a European champion.
Correct. Correct. So, and that's you. To my knowledge, you have a lot of talent in the South, which is not being developed. I think the Campania region, not because I'm Neapolitan, I think that the Campania region is the Argentina of Italy.
Well, that's an
They do
interesting
produce
take.
a lot of players, great talent. Some of them, their heads is not on straight, missing a few. These young guys that they lose themselves to by violence and all that. They get into trouble at their young age. But some of them that do have their head straight and their parents can afford, they go to the north. Look at a lot of players, Quagliarella, Di Natale, all these players.
Pepe Santoro, that guy for Insigne.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of these guys from the south, their parents, they take them for tryout. They
In the
take them to
north.
the north teams, and not in Napoli. These guys are from Napoli. They're from Calabria. They're from Sicily, but they go to north.
Yeah, Anto was saying the same thing. There's a lot of gems too in the South. That's not being. There's not a lot of scouts over there that are seeing these kinds of players that have these talents. So a lot of them are moving to the
Okay.
northern Primavera teams.
Correct.
For
But even young,
tryouts.
13, 14 years of
Yeah,
age, they're
yeah,
moving to
for
the north. A lot of Campania, players from the south.
From the
Why?
south in
Because
general.
you're missing the structures. You're missing that mentality to develop those players, because they want their play already developed.
I think we'll see an Italian team win. Oh my gosh. I thought that ball was lost. I think we'll see an Italian team win Champions League in the next 5 years.
Maybe. There's a lot of factors, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So many
there's a lot
factors.
of there's a lot of factors. I mean, Serie A had its splendor back in the 80s and 90s. It was considered. I mean, EPL was not even on the map back then.
Exactly.
I mean, those people that lived those years.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Come on.
a lot of vertical. This is what
They
we were
gotta-
saying before. Napoli is looking not to move the ball horizontal with those tiki-taka, but they're
The
looking
vertical
more for the
passes.
vertical pass because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
see the Barcelona defense being a little bit high, so he can squeeze through. A guy like Ozyman with that speed,
Could pass
he
through
can
them.
hurt them if he gets the correct ball.
Ooh.
Just look at who we had back in the 80s and 90s who played in Serie A. Look, I mean,
everybody.
Maradona, Zidane, Platini,
Everybody.
Falcao, Zico, Gullit, Rijkaard, Van Basten. I mean,
Maldini,
just to name
yeah,
a few.
all of these.
And, I mean, a guy like Zico played for Udinese. Because
Crazy.
Serie A had
the level, so much level.
Yes.
The level was so high.
But what has changed since then? A couple of cities that got new stadiums, and that's it. But you need to...
Yeah.
You need to, and even looking now at the league, they're going to fight now who's going to be the next president of Serie A, and the ballots are without any names on it. It's probably going to be a commissioner because they can't
Yeah.
agree on a president. So there's a lot of politics in Italy, but with this politics, you have the product of calcio not being a top product in Europe slash the world.
I have a thought. I have a thought and then a question. For me, one thing that I really liked about Spalletti is, from my perspective, I feel like he's embraced Napoli really well. I've been watching some of his press conferences, and he's constantly referencing the fans and the city of Naples and representing it and respecting it. And it's something that, I don't really... I'm trying to think of another coach that I could see that's tried to embrace a city more than I have Spalletti, at least this season, who's constantly referencing the people, who's using even, terminology from Napoli. I heard him say that, they asked him what they need against Inter. He said, we need the Cazzima, was one thing that he brought up.
Katsima is straight in the locker room.
Oh, is it really?
When you enter
That's funny. I didn't know
The locker room, when you go down and you enter
the
the locker
tunnel?
room, it's right there. Because I remember Joe Barone last year when Fiorentina went to Napoli and he was in the
That's
locker
funny,
room, he took a picture and he texted me
Yeah.
the picture of oggi noi siamo il Napoli e oggi dobbiamo dimostrare a Cazzimma.
Is it technically a curse? I know where it derives from, but is it technically a curse?
Cazzimma meaning you have to show.
I know.
Right.
Aggressiveness,
Like bold.
Yeah,
fierceness,
aggressive, right, correct.
a little bit of
100
mean.
and,
But what I'm saying is the word a
The
curse.
small, no, it's not.
It's not, right?
Means, it has a different meanings. It's like a salad of meanings. You have
La
to show
insalata.
spunk. You have to show aggressiveness.
Yeah.
You have to show smartness on
Yeah.
the field. You have to show all these ingredients. You put all these words into one, and you get Cazzimma.
Because I know like where the word comes from. I know that's a
street
curse,
smart
but
and to embrace the Neapolitan
Yes.
aspect of things.
because
Man,
nobody knows this word in Italy. Oh wow!
Oh, is that on?
Osimhen.
Is that on?
Yeah, he's good. Shoot! Oh,
See, a lot of vertical. What we were talking.
Yeah.
it was on.
A lot of these vertical. Napoli's looking for more of these vertical
Yeah,
passes, and the timing of Ozyman has to be.
Nice.
Here we go.
it was perfect.
Yeah, he was-
it
Here
was
we go.
perfect.
See?
Wow, just on.
That's what
right?
we need to,
Just on.
because Barcelona is pressing and not giving Napoli the opportunity to do those small 5-10 meter passing, one touch and moving the ball like they usually do when they have possession, because Barcelona is pressing them. But like we said, Barcelona defense is high, but you need to put someone closer to Osimhen, that's Zielinski, to be a little bit behind Osimhen, that he can have that dialogue on the field and maybe get a 2v2.
He's offsides. He's off.
offsides.
What a touch! Grande Koulibaly! No, it was offsides
Offside.
anyway. But what a tackle from Koulibaly! He caught
No,
up
he
to
did
Traore.
was-
35 minutes later, unfortunately.
That's what they have to do, though.
Yeah.
Because then if it was on, we would be pissed the opposite way. But look how
But that's
Koulibaly
so
still
scary.
got
Can
to
you
it.
imagine something happened with Koulibaly? Like,
Nah, he's way off. That was very easy to tell. But look at Koulibaly. He had like 10 yards
but imagine,
before him.
God forbid, imagine he
That
pulls
was a
something.
great
there, so that's
job.
the thing
Okay,
that sucks,
but then if
you
the
know?
reverse happens, we would get mad. We would get mad if they blew the whistle and then it wasn't offside.
But for those are unfortunately those are the obvious ones that could be called.
So my point about about Spalletti, I wanted to get your thoughts on him, but it's a word that I told 3 Italians who speak fluent Italian, they didn't know the word. So I think that it's important what he's doing to understand Napoli as a city before just Napoli as a team that he's just working at. Have you felt that as a Napoli fan from him?
I did because, like we mentioned in previous podcast, remember Spalletti was hired 6 months before he actually started working in July. He was hired in January, so that's a fact.
Is that one of your sources too?
Yes, 100% a fact. So for 6 months, he basically had time to study the roster, the players, the city,
To fall in love with the
to
city.
fall in love with the city, embrace
And
the
the
city.
people.
And basically, he told De Laurentiis, said, listen, I don't want any players, but promise me you're not going to sell anyone. You're going to keep the same roster. So when you have 6 months in order to study the city, the culture, it's always a plus, because I remember going back to the Maradona days, and your father and Antonio can testify to that. Napoli won the first Scudetto with Ottavio Bianchi. I mean, you had to shoot the guy to get a word out of him because he was afraid that every word Napoli was going to take it out of proportion and blow it up and create the expectation of the city, which he knew that the team could not deliver. So he spoke very slowly, every word very carefully. People don't even remember his voice because he didn't want to, and that was the Napoli fans back then. Today, the Napoli fans are more mature, and they understand that, okay, this guy is talking, but let's not get our hopes high. One day at a time, small baby steps, and not the 80s and the 90s where, wow. But what bothers me and what hurts, I think, Napoli today the most is the Neapolitan media. Every time there's an important match or there's an important game, this guy is going here. That guy is being sold. This guy's not going to get re-signed. That guy wanted by this team. All these voices, all this news around the team that hurts the team. And that's where Spalletti comes in. It does a great job in keeping the players away from these voices. Whatever newspapers these guys trying to make
That's interesting.
a living,
That's a very
don't
interesting
listen to
point.
them.
Wow.
And that's what bothers me of the Neapolitan media right now, that they always try to break something or create.
Why though?
Something.
But they're from Napoli.
They're from that. I don't.
Is it just to sell?
It's something correct. It's this boy Fabian Ruiz. He's not going. He doesn't want to sign. He's talking. His agent said this. The other agent said that. Now the Ospina, an offer from Saudi Arabia. It's all.
They love the drama.
So do you think-
right?
They love the
drama.
So do
they
you think
love
that's
the
one of the
drama.
best things that Spalletti has done then? Is it
I
that?
think one of the best things, also the experience that Spalletti has. Remember, he did coach Inter, and I think he had a lot to do with the Scudetto.
He started this cycle.
Correct.
He
had
got
a
them
lot
back
do
to
with
the Champions
Conte,
League.
Right. Conte arrived at the right time. It's all the work that Spalletti started, just like Napoli, Sarri. But let's not forget who started that cycle, who got those players, and who started that style of playing was Benitez.
Oh.
No good.
Oh my God!
I thought
Massive
that
miss.
was in.
Massive miss. Wow.
I thought that was in. That was a huge chance.
Was that Pedri?
See, now things like this can work in reverse. So now Barcelona not able to punish you,
Like
not
Inter
able to
yesterday.
bury it, Can now that be Napoli on the other side? That one opportunity, boom, you
Gol
put it in.
sbagliato,
Like
gol
yesterday.
subito.
Like yesterday with the Liverpool.
Look at this.
Ludo.
As a number, that was one of the first things that my dad ever told me.
Yeah.
Was that saying?
We need more players to come up. Look, it's already 6. We need more. Here we go.
Cross it.
The penalty
Just cross it.
ones.
Oh.
Shoot!
Ooh.
Oh! Oh! You see? We just said gol sbagliato, gol subito.
We just said.
Give me.
Now,
Ludo's a guru.
That's
Ludo's
hilarious.
a guru.
We literally just said
Barcelona does not bury
gol
it. So
sbagliato,
reverse
gol subito.
psychology. Now
It is the
Napoli
oldest
can
rule in the book.
capitalize on that.
It's the oldest rule in the
A
book.
little lucky, but I'll take it from the rebound. That was
But
beautiful.
you need.
Oh, that's
right,
so funny.
In games like this,
Yeah,
That
you
is
need it.
so
you need
funny.
that luck. You get that one opportunity. You got to bury it
100%.
because you're not going to get another chance. You might
Oh,
not get
Antonio's
another chance.
outside. Let me grab.
Oh,
Should we
no.
even
I
wait? Should
think
we
the
even let him in?
Now the luck. I know.
I don't know if we should let him in.
Hey, wow. Wow, beautiful, Zielinski. Good thing he got that rebound. I was nervous. Boom.
Right. Correct. So now the mentality. You see, Mike, the way it turned the mentality.
Exactly. It switches.
Correct.
Absolutely.
We thought at the beginning Barcelona was going to punish you and Napoli need to bury it. Now it happened the opposite.
And now
where
Barcelona, you know, baba right
Barcelona
now, right?
missed an open net and Napoli now took advantage with one
Beautiful.
opportunity.
At the Camp Nou, baby, right? Nice, healthy. Nice. There. Did you know the score?
No.
Oh, boy.
Beautiful. Don't start.
Zielinski. Don't start, he said.
I didn't bring my little...
Cornicello.
I don't have my little cornicello.
How you doing?
Wait, the game is on after this, okay?
They're checking something. What are they checking?
Parks. Attacker Pluto, the game is on Attacker Parks after the game.
And we focus on this game, Anto. Let's
What are they
focus on the
checking? They're
real
checking
game.
something. Goal check. Why?
You're in the camera, Anto, by the
Che ha
way.
segnato? Oh,
You're in the-
shit.
But I don't need... I don't see what
Oh,
what
man,
they're checking. I didn't see
me
anything.
neither.
Offside. Probably possible offside.
Checking account.
In the penetrating pass on the right.
What they check?
Before the pass was Zielinski?
Correct.
On the
Correct.
run, right?
That's probably the run.
Oh, I didn't see it.
The run. Yeah. They're probably checking the offside.
Oh, boy.
Check over.
Check over.
So it's good?
Sì,
Let's
sì,
see.
sì, continua. Dai, 1-0.
Oh, a foul maybe at
No,
the...
it's offside.
He looks.
Oh, wait,
No,
no.
he's not offside. See, the ball does not go to this player.
Oh, boy. They don't show.
No,
Oh,
it's
it's good.
good.
It's good. Woo! 1-0, Napoli, you're
I'm
up.
the good luck charm over here. You don't need the
I don't
good
know
luck
about that.
Honestly, we thought
You
about
don't
not
need
letting
the
you
charm.
in.
Look at Ludo. Look
We-
at
You
Ludo.
don't need the charm. I'm the good luck charm, Ludo.
Guys, I apologize
we-
where my hands are sometimes, but I need to
Ludo, you
base
gotta
on
rub
my
the top of his
Neapolitan-
head. You gotta rub the top of
We
his head.
consider
for
not
good
letting
luck.
you in
Yeah.
because right when the goal came, you said you were outside.
Yeah, I was.
So
Yeah,
maybe
but
it
we're
is
not
good luck
we're not
for him.
taking that as you being good luck. We're taking that as you
No,
maybe being bad
I
luck.
know. I said, hey, as soon as I'm coming in, the Napoli just goes in.
That's true. Anto does have a point. When he said he was outside, they
you
scored.
know I love Napoli. Yesterday I was faking it with Inter, to be honest with you. But
So how do we know you're not faking it right now?
No, Ludo's my buddy. I cannot really do anything against this guy here. But, you know,
Plus a Southern team, right, Anto?
Ludo, we go back a long time.
Ludo's like too many years.
5 months?
Anto, you've been to Napoli before, right?
Absolutely, many times. I probably know Napoli better than Inter.
Oh!
Wow.
Ludo!
It's,
Gabrinush!
here we-
Okay, Koulibaly, grande. Oh, that's a foul. That's a
Man,
foul,
that's
Paisa.
not funny.
Checking the
Advantage.
material of the jersey.
I'm just getting everyone mad already. He wasn't here for 2 minutes.
That's really funny.
Checking the material of the jersey. You heard what Ludo said? He was grabbing his jersey, checking it's dry fit or no?
EA7.
AE7. EA7, sorry.
Man, if only away goals still counted, huh?
We want everything. We're so
I know.
greedy. We want
I know.
everything.
How much do you think away goals not counting as double matter, Ludo?
Well, they want to see more open. They want to see more open games and not basically
Defense.
teams right
Yeah.
going there and say, okay, let's get out of here with a tie, and then we'll discuss.
But does it do
in
the opposite now?
Yeah, of course.
But doesn't it?
Oh, what a pass! Oh,
just got his,
inches.
I think it also can make the opposite true though, because now a team like Napoli doesn't have as much of a reason. I'm not saying this game, but in general, the team that's away in the first game doesn't have as much of a reason to go for it.
Correct. I
Yeah,
agree.
that's true.
You're
So
absolutely
it
right.
could- do the opposite.
It depends. But from usually what we've seen is when you have the way,
Oh my God.
when you have the tiebreaker, they usually defend.
Anguissa, to my understanding, is out of position. I've seen for a few minutes now that Barcelona, when attacking, they have that space in the middle of the field that they're able to gain those 20, 30 yards, and nobody on the ball carry. That's a foul.
That's a foul. That's a foul.
That's a foul. We need to be careful with the balance now. I know we want to close the game, score the second goal, but baby steps, because sometimes we're going to get caught with our pants down.
You got powder all over your face.
I know. By the way, are we live?
Yes.
Guys,
No, you're only speaking.
please
to the
do
mic.
me a favor, anybody over there. Just wish my buddy Marco happy birthday. He's getting
not
up
my
there
birthday.
with his age.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
He's getting married next week, right?
We
Get
celebrate.
married next week.
Stop.
We
Ludo,
already-
you're the best man.
we are giving
I've
you a
never choose you
preview.
over these two guys.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
man.
think Ludo any day. Ludo's the best.
Nobody could beat Ludo's marriage because
Oh,
when you
yeah.
got married, you got the watch
got
that
the
you went to
watch
go
to
deliver
Maradona.
Emmy Maradona. So
I would have tried to marry Maradona on the spot if I were you. Oh,
now,
imagine
and
trying to
everybody
marry
in the
God.
comments is just wishing me happy. It's not my birthday, guys, but thank
He's
you.
gonna get
is,
married,
it
not his
is.
It's
birthday.
not my
He's gonna
birthday.
get
It's gonna be
married.
tomorrow. One of these days. It's gonna be.
Well,
One of these days
when is my birthday?
That's a crucial spot.
Take the
I
20
don't-
seconds, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Wow,
you
he's
see?
good.
You said tomorrow, but that's all right. That's funny.
Because it's all two. I remember that.
Two.
See, that lack of
0, 2,
pressuring
2,
in the
22,
middle.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
that
given a lot
does
of
not
space to
correct,
Barcelona.
Correct.
You
to
have to
maneuver
press them.
and the pass. See too
Oh,
much
no.
space. To me,
Oh,
it's
no.
too much space.
I agree.
To me, it's too much space for them to move the ball and pass it and try to do something with it. That's the worst mistake. And close the team within the box. That's a mistake because they will punish you with the give and goal.
Anthony Schifano. Guys, please tell Ludo I said hello.
Hello.
Hey Ludo, if there isn't a player over here, a player / coach that you would like to shake his hands or take a picture or a selfie with him, who would that be? I'm gonna give you a good hint.
A coach where? In Serie A?
No, right now on the game, it begins with X. For me, at least.
It's one of the greatest that ever played the game.
Yeah, you're right about
But that doesn't
Casamo's
mean
there?
that sometimes you were a great player
Yeah,
on the field.
it's true. It
That
doesn't
makes you
correlate.
a great coach.
Oh no.
And that's what we were discussing with Mike a couple of days ago
Manolas.
about Pirlo possibly going
Oh
to
my
Salernitana.
gosh. That
I
would've
said
been a
Pirlo
mess.
go to Salernitana, they
Yeah.
will go directly to Chi.
You know,
It would
forget
make
about
no
Pirlo,
sense.
though.
It would make no
My
sense.
group chat.
No,
No,
Pirlo,
come on.
great player.
Yeah.
But Pirlo, to me, as a coach,
No.
he needs to
He needs
go
time.
to a Serie C
Yeah.
club that has a particular project, and Pirlo discussing is what he wants to do, his project, put his ideas on the table and create something from scratch, just like a lot of coaches from Serie A have done.
Or start as an assistant to a very experienced coach that he has, like an
jump
Ancelotti
around.
or an Allegri. He made that first jump, and I think that he didn't really have that time to make his own journey, right?
Like, well,
you see so many of the coaches that
Don't
even
forget-
even Conte. Where was Conte for how many years? You know, he built up in the youth
Correct.
rankings.
Don't forget who was making a lot of the decisions when he was coaching Juventus.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, Tudor was
Tudor.
Tudor.
Tudor was his assistant.
And he's at Verona.
And he's at Verona now as a head coach.
He was coaching in Greece.
But he was also the head. He was a
assistant,
head coach of
and now
Udinese,
he's-
wasn't he before?
That's true. But
And they took a step back.
Just like Gattuso, he was jumping around Pisa. He won a Greece
Pirlo.
too.
If
He
I was
got a lot of
if I was
experience,
Pirlo, I
and
would
he
call
can coach.
Ancelotti. I will call Allegri. I will call any of these. Maybe not Juventus now because it's weird that you went from head coach to assistant
Gaetano.
coach.
Whoa.
You call one of the guys and you become an assistant coach under a very experienced guy, and then you can make the jump to go to Serie B or
Yeah.
take over a little team like that. Going to Salernitana would have made no sense for
it would have
Pirlo
made no
because
sense.
you're going
No
straight to
sense.
Serie B.
Correct.
And I have no confidence in a team like Salernitana, how they're run, that they won't sack him when he goes to Serie B with the team. They'll
Because
put the
now
blame
you
on
need-
him.
Because now you need a different type of coach.
They just want a
I
big
would be
name.
Pirlo. I would start from Serie C.
I mean, I think you can do
getting
Serie
a
B.
team, a club away from the spotlight that has serious money, serious ideas, project in going to Serie B, and in 3-4 years going to Serie A, and start something by presenting your ideas and buying the type of players that you like in order to implement those ideas and get promoted to Serie B. That's what I would do if I would be Pirlo.
One
That's
little
what I would do.
reminder before I let Antonio go. Antonio, when Juventus signed Pirlo, said Pirlo will win the Champions League for Juventus in his first season.
Wait, okay, you done? Okay,
done.
here's the
Pirlo
deal.
was a
Here's the deal,
Band-Aid
guys.
for
I respectfully disagree about one point and agree about another point.
Dimmi.
Pirlo is not going to Salernitana because there is no project with Salernitana right now. Salernitana is already in the Serie B, number one. Number two, Pirlo, when he was at Juventus, I don't think he was taking order from Tudor. Pirlo brought the Juventus to win a trophy and
It's
the
yellow.
fourth place.
2 trophies.
Right, 2 trophies and in the Champions League qualification, okay? With players that they were not as good as you think, even with the CR7, okay? So Pirlo did his job, considering that he never coached before.
Based on the players that he had, the roster that he had, of course.
Right, considering that he never
guys.
coached before.
You think that
The
you think that
players
Juventus
coach
team could
themselves.
barely get
Pirlo,
Champions League?
Pirlo,
They got
Lugo.
Champions
The
League. The
players
only
coach
reason they got Champions
themselves.
League is because Napoli tied to Verona on the last
Agreed.
day. So what do you mean? You're saying the roster, Juventus's roster was only good enough to qualify for Champions
Marco,
League?
Yes.
Marco, the Juventus had a lot of
Yes.
problems, which Cristiano Ronaldo, with his goals, was hiding a lot of the issues.
I
He was
100%
putting a
agree.
Band-Aid.
I 100% agree. But
Right.
Pirlo, I mean, to say that Pirlo did great at Juventus or he did his job, I mean, the team was confused 90% of the time that they took the field. You can never tell what identity they were playing. It was constantly a different formation, constantly different players. You can never
Nice.
tell what kind of style he was trying to implement. For me, that was my biggest problem with Pirlo. It was not, it's not even the results. It was every time the team took the pitch, the players looked confused on what they were supposed to be doing.
And the
But
formation that he
also,
played,
don't
the
forget,
players out of
don't forget the
position.
Ronaldo issue. I have to play. He has to start. He doesn't want to come out.
The guy scored 30
He
goals.
I get it. But to me, Ronaldo at Juventus, and the same issues are happening in Manchester United. Ronaldo is me, myself, and I. What I can do, what am I doing? Give
Oh
me
my
the ball.
God.
And
not-
Lautaro is going to become one of those issues.
Ludo, that wasn't the
Yesterday
biggest
when he was
problem
taken
that
out,
you
Yeah,
Ludo, did
I-
you see
I
his
don't think-
face?
Ludo,
I think
you're
Ronaldo
fighting-
masked the
You're fighting the
problems.
wrong problems over there. Ronaldo was the furthest from the problem. I think you've had much more underlying problems that
Yeah.
that
And
weren't said
Ronaldo's
and
goals
stuff
were
like that.
hiding those problems because they were winning.
100%. So you can't
No.
just put it.
and that was also for years. That was for
sure,
years.
it
It was even when Juventus
for
won the
sure.
Scudetto.
It was just the
you could see
competition
that the
wasn't
problems
strong
were
enough.
there. But I mean, to say that Pirlo did great. He was not. He should not have.
Yeah,
The
he
job
shouldn't be
was not for
hired.
him. We knew that.
Offside.
And then the most unbelievable thing to me is that then you let go of Pirlo when he gets you a Champions League. What more was he supposed to do? What more do you expect from a coach for the first time? What more do you expect?
But I think you guys should have just give him extend his experience. Let him just deal with the second chance. You guys didn't give it to him the second chance. Meanwhile, you went to spend a lot more money. You got Allegri. So far, the
The
results
thing is, they
are
went
not
from
much
one
better.
extreme.
Yeah.
They went one extreme.
Yeah, yeah.
Sarri was signed to do Ronaldo a favor because Ronaldo, I think, he went to Juventus and said, "I cannot play this defensive culture like Allegri wants to play." So if Allegri was sacked from Juventus, it's mainly because Ronaldo said
Right.
so. So now they went to the extreme. Everybody thinking that wherever Sarri is going to coach, you're going to see that
Yeah.
Napoli. No, it will not happen again. What Napoli displayed on the Sarri's 3 years, you will not see with any other roster. You have to adapt. You're not going to see it in Lazio. You didn't see it at Chelsea. You didn't see it at Juventus. And that's what everybody wanted to see. So now you went from one extreme to the other. But a
And
lot
did
of
the
players
opposite.
do not like the
Ronaldo
Sarri
did not have a good relationship with Sarri.
because a lot of his practices, Sarri, they're very repetitive
Yeah.
because he's stubborn.
He treats everybody the same.
He treats-
Ronaldo is not special.
Correct.
Nobody is special.
Correct.
And
that
that
guy-
might work at a team where players have not won everything.
you
But
can do
you
that
tell
though.
Ronaldo who won 5 Champions League or 5 Ballon d'Ors, whichever one it is, maybe
His
both.
ego's too big. You can't be telling that kind of player.
But Marco,
"Oh,
again,
that's
to
all."
finish up, Ludo's point that maybe Pirlo should have started with the Serie C or Serie B. That's not what makes a great coach a great coach. I mean, the fact that Conte started from there or somebody else.
He got
started
his
from
license
there.
a week
It
before.
doesn't
Who doesn't?
matter.
I mean, who doesn't start with getting any experience before taking
Yeah,
on a
it's
big
true.
team?
No
Who?
one does.
The one that everybody kept referencing when Pirlo got the job, which was a bad representation, it was a bad comparison, was Zidane. Because look, he took over. Zidane coached under Ancelotti, who's one of the best coaches. They won La Decima. He also coached the Primavera, the youth team.
Castilla.
of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I mean, Pirlo didn't coach not even 5-year-olds
True.
yet.
He got his
And
license,
he-
dude, like a week.
So you can't compare the two.
The license just a stupid
No,
piece
it's
of paper.
not, but you need experience, Anto.
No, it's not about the license. Forget about the license.
It's experience. You don't have
It's
an
the fact that he never
experience.
coached a team before.
Mike,
You don't think that has anything to do with it?
Mike,
What? Tell me.
Pirlo has won just everything
Ludo,
that is there to be won.
you heard him?
Into the, yeah.
It's
the
fine,
opposite
it's
of
fine.
what he
Leave it,
said.
Listen
leave
to
it.
me. That
Listen,
experience
what?
for me gets wiped out.
He said the experience because
The
he's a great
guy
player.
is
Gets wiped out as a
experienced. He has
coach.
dealt with so
I
many
do agree.
coaches.
I do not
In
every
the
coach-
coaching?
Yes.
Not every great player makes
Sorry,
a great
Paisano.
makes a great coach.
What?
Not
But
if
him
you-
being a great player correlates to him being a great coach?
no.
Anto?
No, I do not. Because I think you need different skills to be a coach
Okay,
in
that's what I
today's
mean.
culture.
That's what I mean.
With these huge rosters,
There we go.
you need to be a great communicator, a great motivator.
You need
a
different
great-
traits that you
Yes.
develop from a coach other than a player. And he's also very quiet. Now, that doesn't really help as a coach if you're always like
I mean,
this.
if you watch,
Yelling doesn't
I'm not
translate
saying
in
yelling,
being better.
but he doesn't I feel like
I mean, if
I
you
don't
watch
know him,
watch
but-
the All or Nothing and you see the way that he's communicating with the team, he constantly look lost. Like really,
He looks
I
confused.
and I don't I
then
don't blame
again, it's
him.
a little- you
I
can't
don't
really-
and that's the thing.
That's
I don't
a
blame
small
Pirlo at
problem.
all. I put
It's not his
zero
fault.
I put
Yeah.
zero blame
it's
on
the
him.
management that you gotta blame
like-
for that.
Look at, for example,
I'm just happy he learned to say no to
I'm gonna-
Salernitana.
okay,
think
I'm
it
going
was
to give you
obvious
guys
one.
one
That was an
example,
obvious one,
but
come
I'm
on.
sure there are others out there. Ciro Ferrara.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ciro Ferrara played under Maradona. Maradona helped him, raised them. He won the Scudetto. He scored a goal in the UEFA
Yeah.
final in 1988 against Stuttgart. Ciro Ferrara takes the patentino, the coaching license at Coverciano, right? And his thesis, he gets 110%.
It's so stupid. It's so
The
stupid.
it was one of the most interesting theses ever presented at Coverciano for a coach to be a UEFA A coach in top of the class. That's on paper.
Exactly.
But what happened on the field?
Exactly,
He
that's
got
not
a
how it
couple of
works.
coaching jobs. He was offered
He
Juventus.
was Juventus first.
He was now where is he?
They finished
Now
second
he's a
place.
commentator.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean just because you write a thesis, you go to Coverciano and you present.
He was
this
shooting
is-
off. He was
that you
shooting off
can-
Ancelotti.
Correct.
next to him.
No, this but it,
I'm sure there's other players
No,
as well
yeah.
that
the thesis
right now I'm
the
not
thesis
coming-
the thesis is one of the stupidest
Yeah,
things I've
exactly.
heard. Like
Agreed.
using
It's
using
a-
that
yeah,
using that as a
exactly.
reference to
Doesn't-
how a
But
It
you
doesn't
finish on top
correlate.
of the class. I
It
mean,
doesn't
he did
correlate
get his
to that.
license. He did get his A license. Even Benitez. Benitez took his coaching license in Coverciano. Benitez.
A lot of
Rafa
coaches did.
Benitez.
A lot of coaches did.
international
Yeah, yeah,
coaches.
a lot of international
Because it's one of the
coaches.
best in
that thing is
and
just
most
stupid.
recognized in
I think the only thing it's good for is just to get a little bit of the philosophy of a coach. That's it. You hear a little bit about how he believes football
It's like a
is.
driving test. You know, just because you get 100 on the written doesn't mean you're a good driver or whatever the case. You need experience. You got to drive the car.
Good example.
That's
Yeah.
you, Mike.
What's me?
That actually is true. You're the first one with the
What's-
license.
The license.
Well, Mike, your driving skills are
just horrible.
they're
what's wrong with
abysmal,
driving?
man.
Why
Yo, they're
am I dri-
abysmal, man.
Why, tell me.
No,
Tell me why
because
they're
you keep
abysmal.
you keep hitting cars. When you even
I
can park, you
never
can't even
got a-
park.
I never got an accident.
His parking's good.
Is it?
I
Parking's
never got
good,
an
yeah.
accident.
Just drives very slow.
Michael is one of those guys that got the driver's license on the internet.
Well,
You got it on the
he
internet.
got it out
Oh,
Mauma.
On the internet, you can't get on the internet, can you?
So you
what he
can
said.
get anything on the internet.
Oh, you're saying like
Online,
a
yeah, you
fake
got it
one? Is that what
online.
You
you
can get
Yeah.
anything. www.napoli.com. You can buy anything.
We got jumped.
Boy.
Ay, paisano.
Why?
No,
Why
no,
not
but
clear
you-
that ball? Why not clear that ball? You see, you play with fire and you're gonna get burned. See again with the let's go with these little passes again. Here we go.
Oh.
See?
Anto, we
Yes,
got
sir.
a question over here. It's asking a day after the Liverpool match. What are your thoughts? What have you come back with? Anything?
Listen, my take before the game and after the game is just about the same. I don't think Inter has got the roster to be facing Liverpool right now. Maybe they, with the Barella, could have been a slightly
Halftime.
different story. But having said that, like Peter said, I think they need couple players that they can make very an impact on the front line. The front line of Inter is not really conducive to be beating a team like Liverpool. They have to get a little bit. They have to get stronger on the top. because Zeko and Lautaro, they're not going to cut the mustard for that kind of a position.
So that's actually Peter was depressed yesterday after the match. He he couldn't even play foosball at one point because his mind was on.
My God, he was totally gone.
Yeah, I'm
He
waiting
was
for-
totally gone. Peter
And-
was totally, I had actually talked to him because
Maybe
when
you
I
still had a hangover from Valentine's Day.
I don't think it was that. He was very pumped during the
was
game.
depressed.
match.
He was
And then
depressed. I
after the
took him
match, it
home
got
yesterday.
bad.
I took him
It was
home
a
because he
match.
didn't have his car or his Vespa.
He can't drive either.
He can drive, yeah, right. But he said, "Yo, Paisa, it's just a game." I told him, I said, "Just snap out of it. Call your girlfriend and talk about something else."
So
That's
one of the big topics that we had, the discussion, because for us and Ludovico, you weren't part of this, so I would like your opinion. The same, and we spoke about it a little bit right before we started the live. I thought that Inter played a really great 74 minutes, and Liverpool on their first shot on target as well, they scored the goal, and it was the moments like that decided the match. I don't think that their style or anything was wrong with that. I think that there was two weaknesses that we felt before the match. Number one was the goalkeeper, and number two was the strikers of Inter. They're not killers. They're not the type that you get half a chance and you score a goal. You know, there's some of those guys that have that.
Right.
Lautaro and Dzeko, they're very
And
good.
that's what I
in Serie A.
admire about Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a killer. That you give him one opportunity, he'll bury it.
So now the question is, Inter, right? Yes, maybe you need a miracle to come back in Liverpool. Forget about that. Let's say next year. Who could they even bring in to improve this team up top? Like, who's one player, realistically, that Inter could bring in to try to get to the next round of Champions League next year or to do better?
I don't think Marco is about the actual player. I think it's about the self-esteem, your character, your personality that said, okay, today I am playing against Liverpool. Yes, it is an important game, but in my mind, who's Liverpool? It's like I'm playing against Cagliari or another team. You got to have that calm, that coldness, that to put the ball in the net. That's what it comes down to score. When that opportunity comes, you need to put the ball behind the net.
So
I don't
there's
think
no
it's
player. You don't think it's a player?
I don't think
we were
think it's a
discussing
matter of-
Lewandowski yesterday at dinner, so could be one of them. But for me,
But you also need to have a team
Yeah,
behind
system, the
you
system,
that can support you. The team mentality.
But they created chances. Perisic did really well. I thought Dumfries as well. Hakan was probably one of the best players in the match. Like, they were creating opportunities. They hit the crossbar. Dzeko had an opportunity where, again, like Dzeko, he's maybe not selfish enough. Where a real striker, a killer, wants to shoot the ball. He doesn't want to pass the ball. They want to go for it. They have the courage to take a shot. Same thing. There was one pass from Perisic to Lautaro that was put in the air. You know, it's like moments like that I think that they created the chances. Lautaro
They
on top
couldn't
of the
finish
on top of
because
the box.
That nervousness kicks in. That
Do you remember Lautaro against Van Dijk? There was one point. It's like his mind like scrambled. He didn't know what to do.
Nothing.
He didn't know how to dribble the guy. Lautaro every time always tries to beat his man and take a shot.
Dzeko, I was watching Dzeko once. He was on a runaway. on a breakaway against the keeper, and Van Dijk caught up to him, and he took the ball away from him like a
nothing. It was
child,
like nothing. Child
taking the kid away. You are an experienced. You're big. You're physical. You are an experienced player. You gotta do a better job in shielding the player, shielding the ball,
I agree.
and knowing. Smell the breath of the player. Is he on your left or on your right? And move according to where the player is, and not let him, go around you and take the ball away like that.
Ludo,
That's
Dzeko-
nervousness.
I agree.
That's
I agree with that.
Dzeko's got
Oh my
that
God,
experience.
oh my God.
That's why I'm asking who could they even bring in, and it's hard to find anyone. Like Scamacca is the big name, right? But is Scamacca really? Does he make a difference in a match like yesterday?
Icardi.
I think it's a unit, Marco. The team is a unit. I think the growth comes as a unit. The mentality comes as a unit and not the individual play. I remember last year, just to change the topic a little bit. I remember last year Guardiola giving an interview. I'm going to be very brief. He was talking on a podcast. He was giving an interview, and he was talking about the Barcelona of his days when they won all those Champions League. And he goes, what shocked me the most was those guys before any Champions League games, especially before any final,
They were having fun.
those guys, they were having fun. They were calm. Like tomorrow, they were playing against the Verrazano boys.
Yeah.
Nothing mattered to them. The approach was,
Yeah.
Really?
no, the game is ours tomorrow. And that's what he said shocked me the most about those guys, that no tension, no preoccupation.
Confidence, the confidence,
that they had the day
Yeah.
before. It's like they were acting like children, like nothing. Tomorrow, no big game.
You know,
we got it. What's the problem?
That translates what I was saying before. Under pressure, these guys, people like Zeko, he's got the skills and the quality, but his age caught up with him. When you reach 35, 40, 30, 35, 36 years old, of course that half a step that you're gonna get caught. And
So what about for Lautaro?
And Lautaro doesn't have Lautaro is not cool under pressure. He feels too much pressure. And Lautaro makes a lot of mistakes because he thinks that all the game is on his shoulder. So Lautaro has to play with a little
Zeko is more of
relaxed.
an area player, of an area
Lautaro, to me,
box center forward.
Lautaro for me, it's not what.
I love it.
Who's that, Lautaro?
No, it's Victor Popovsky.
Why do you say that at first and
It's
last
my
name?
buddy.
All right. The one question that we're having in this as we've continued the conversation, this is what it's been. Has been, would Lukaku have made a difference yesterday?
Lukaku?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, I think so too. I agree with him. I think Lukaku, yes, they would have made a difference from the body strength. I think what's his name? Lukaku does a better job in shielding the ball. Just look at the way Inter was playing under Conte. When he got that ball, two players could not take the ball away from him. The way he was shielding the ball, the way he was covering the ball, that you couldn't get around him and take it away while waiting for the team to come up and support. Yes, a guy like Lautaro would have made the.
I mean,
Lukaku.
Yes,
we
could
saw
have made
Lukaku. I always liked Lukaku. He was great, but last season in Europe, he didn't really impress me too much on that stage. So maybe would have made some sort of difference, but I don't think he would have made that much more of a difference than Dzeko did.
I think Lukaku is definitely the big. You know what? It's weird because like the entire year, all everybody's been saying, and maybe this is just a Serie A thing, is how Inter's so much better without Lukaku, right? That's been the talk. They have 16 different goal scorers. Everybody could score at every moment. Dzeko sacrifices. Lautaro can step up. But I think when it comes to these big moments, I don't think it's fair to say Lukaku didn't do good last year because he's under Inzaghi's a different coach than Conte. The approach from Inzaghi is way more attacking. I think the team as well has built as a whole, and I think he could have made a big difference yesterday.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We don't know. I mean, we can't tell.
Personally, I think he would have, but.
Listen again.
How many times did we see him in Europe that he?
I keep hearing all of this. This Lukaku, it's just put it behind your back right now. We know what he did and what he didn't do.
I wouldn't be that surprised if he went back. He's not happy in Chelsea.
If you want to bring Lukaku back, you can get somebody that he was there just as good as Lukaku. And you know it. It's one of my favorite players. It's Maurito, okay? You might not like it.
Look at the fake now. Look at that. Wow.
Maurito is a killer. You give him one chance into the box, or two chances. One is going to bury. So, and he's got a lot to prove right now, Maurito, because he's been benched into the PSG. The guy's got so much drive on himself that he will just be perfect. And if somebody's listening over there on the AC Milan squad, for the right amount of money, for the right price, I will take him on AC Milan as a backup right now to Ibra, because Ibra is done. Ibra is gone.
Thank you for the donation, Russ. He says Body will most likely get promoted to Serie B.
You got that right.
Hope we will have some watch-along matches with Body's second best, Antonio. Forza Anto, Forza IFTV, and Forza Cassano. Russ.
Hey, Russ. Cremonese will get also Gaetano. He's my paisan. Gaetano is
he?
Gianluca Gaetano is from my town.
Yeah.
And he's a Napoli. Yes.
Nolese,
He's a Napoli.
Is that you say? Nolese?
Nolano. And his father his grandparents own a pizzeria. It's
Get
open
outta
pizzeria.
here.
Yes.
Have you tried
Very
it?
good pizzeria. Been open since 1956.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes. Very good restaurant. And he's a Napoli. He's on loan.
Yeah, he's on loan over there.
with Cremonese, but he'll He'll come to. Hopefully, they'll come to Serie A and he'll play in Serie A.
Gianluca Gaetano, is it?
Yeah,
Gianluca Gaetano.
he's a 2000.
Mike, ask Russ if he's been in Bari already or if he's from Bari.
make it here.
Hey, Russ, are you from Bari? Have you been in Bari? Because if you're not, I think you should come.
Luca,
Okay?
have you been on Bari before?
Yes,
What
I've
do
been
you
to
think of
Mola.
it?
I've been to
Torre a Mare, my town, Polignano, Trulli, Alberobello.
Polignano
Greco.
Mare. Yes, I had the one of the best focaccias I had was in Torre Mare.
Ah, that's my town. That's
Torre
my
Mare, I
town.
had the best
about
focaccia.
your cousins or
In
something?
Bari, I had the panzarotti, the mini calzones in
The
in
best.
Bari. I've been to
The best.
I've been to Mola. I've been to Rutigliano.
Ah.
I've been to Cozze.
Az.
So I've been to these towns.
Az.
He's more Barese than you
I've
are.
been
Ah,
to
no, no,
the
no.
Grotte.
Castellana.
I've been to the Grotte di Castellana 2 times.
Nice.
Alberobello.
Beautiful,
I've been to.
beautiful.
I mean,
Traveler.
Puglia from Napoli, it's
close.
220 kilometers.
Yeah.
How long is that? to
It's
go?
like from
Couple
here to
two and a half
Atlantic City.
hours, 2.5
2
hours.
Oh, wow, nice. Very
the Napoli
close.
body.
Very close.
Um,
Awesome. Wow.
I mean, to be honest with you, our food is slightly better than the food
Oh,
Napolitano.
Ludo!
Because we
Ludo!
got quality, just to, there is nothing that, but they're trying to catch up. They're learning, you know, they're learning. They're trying to eat some raw
World War
stuff.
III has commenced.
no, listen, I respect everyone's.
Even if they're wrong, right?
opinion.
Even if they're wrong.
Listen, in Italy, you have 19 regions, 19 different kitchens, and that's what's beautiful about Italy. That every region
It's
offers its specialties, and that's what I try to do. And that's what I try to do when I go to Italy. Depending on the region that I go, I want to try those specialties. For example, I will not go to Rome or Florence and order pizza,
No,
or
absolutely.
get an antipasto with mozzarella, because I can get that in Naples. So I want to go to Bari. I want to eat their specialties. I want to eat what they have to offer: Calabria, Sicily, and different other
Smart guy.
regions.
Tell them your specialties in Bari, how they don't cook any of this stuff.
We don't need to cook. We don't need the burners. We just eat them raw, alive.
Correct. I love to
This is
eat
what it is.
raw octopus. I eat it also.
You eat it?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No.
You see,
I eat raw clams, raw oysters,
not live,
raw
Ludo, would you
mussels.
take a challenge that we got a squid that is still fighting for his life out of the water, and you eat it raw, alive like that, and you kill it under your teeth?
Fighting for its
Squid,
life.
any kind of fish, octopus,
But
anything,
even
you have to eat it.
the clam, for example, the raw clam,
Yeah.
I don't put lemon because I want to taste the
Nothing.
ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to taste the ocean,
I
the
put
water
lemon.
from the ocean. When I open the clam, or even the mussel.
You guys are crazy, man.
You open it. What?
You would eat it. You would eat it live.
Live! You don't know. You go to stupid sushi nonsense. What kind of a bootleg are you? I don't
I
understand.
don't
you don't
think-
eat muscle, but you go for sushi. Something is
what are you
wrong
talking
with
about?
you.
Okay,
Listen
I
to
think,
me.
I think
listen
but,
to me.
but how do you eat it live?
I have a nice psychologist. You need to come and talk to this guy here. Okay? You have to be alive is better.
Alive.
Alive.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
It's a crime, but it
Born
is
to
what it
be
is.
alive. I say we're born.
Who was the singer for that one?
Born to be alive.
You're a funny guy.
No.
Who is that?
It's a Spanish.
Ricky Martin?
No.
Fabian Ruiz?
No, I think it was Miguel Bosé. No.
No, I don't think so.
Fun fact: the Body hosted the 1999 Champions League final. Did you know that, Anto?
Of course.
Is it true?
Who was
really?
this? Who was the team?
Bari also
Actually, that
hosted
was
the third
even
and fourth place in the,
The third and
1990
fourth place
World
of the
Cup.
World Cup, too. Yeah.
Yeah, third
Allo
and fourth
Stadio
place.
San Nicola.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Napoli hosted the semifinal in the 1990 World Cup. Italy, Argentina. I was
but-
at the game.
Believe
Oh,
it
you
or
didn't know
not, that stadium is like 4 miles from my doorsteps of my house.
Doorstep. Wow. Nice.
And Napoli is coming into Serie B, and then temporarily and then they're going to jump to Serie A. I know it for a fact.
We had this comment a couple times from Sonny. I want to ask it because I keep seeing him say it. Antonio, your thoughts on Ferrari F1 launch today?
Listen, I don't want to throw myself again and just set myself up for some disappointment. But the last 4 or 5 years, I've been a little bit taken aback for the performance of Ferrari. But the rumors of this year that since we have a lot of new rules and regulation and the specs for the car are totally different, I think Ferrari's got a very good shot of winning the championship because we have the pilots. Okay, we have Leclerc and we have Sainz, which are two of the best, some of the most talented drivers, and I have a lot of faith that the Scuderia caught up with Mercedes and Red Bull. That's my
Rangers
thought.
are beating Dortmund 2-0.
Rangers, didn't they get someone recently?
Dortmund fell
Ramsey.
so
Didn't
much.
Ramsey go to Rangers?
Yeah, I'm sure that's the difference.
No, I'm just saying.
And to finish up what I was saying about the Formula One, every screw or every little thing that the Ferrari comes down, and when the rubber meets the road, what we say, it's all made in Maranello. It's all designed and made in Italy.
Yeah.
If you see all the rest of the car, the engine is from Japan, the screws are from Singapore, the wings and the I don't know the.
But haven't we been losing?
Well, listen, we haven't been losing. Wait a moment, we haven't been losing. We've been lagging a second.
You're bragging that
Wait a
everything's made in Italy.
moment, wait a moment.
haven't
What
we
I'm
had, like,
trying
the
to
worst?
say it.
That's why I
We're
don't
not trying to
know.
say it. We're
No,
not
I know.
trying.
I know that Ferrari.
We're not the Minestrone. We're not a Scuderia Minestrone. We are the Scuderia Ferrari. All the rest of those cars, you cannot call them a Honda or things like that. They're all Minestrone. Sono dei minestroni,
I
okay?
got you.
But you're making it seem like you're proud, but you're not.
I am
just
proud.
think that
I am proud.
Ferrari did not keep up. Did not make the necessary changes to keep up with the
Second
laws and
half.
the rules of the.
Oh, Mike, by the way, did you guys have a car in Formula One, Greece?
No, I don't watch.
No, we don't want
What,
Formula
the
One.
Fiat 500?
No, the Greece.
Yeah, Fiat 500. They were competing.
Oh crap! Sorry, I didn't mean it to just
I
go
actually
so
saw a
hard
thing,
on him.
they made a supercar or something. First Greek supercar ever. Oh no.
Good
Oh, what a
job.
tackle.
Is that
Di
Mario?
Lorenzo,
No,
Di
Di Lorenzo,
Lorenzo,
yeah.
yeah, Di Lorenzo is on the money today, man.
See, hope. Now, Napoli needs to avoid the mistake that they made against Inter last Saturday. The first couple, the first 10 minutes are extremely important in the second half. Napoli needs to maintain that focus, that determination, avoid the silly elementary mistakes in the back that can give you the opportunity to Barcelona. If they missed one, they're not going to miss the second time.
Ludo, would you be
Then good
terribly
point.
disappointed if you guys just get out of this competition, or is important for you? Is it? Tell
We
me.
were talking about this. We were talking about this before. I think right now, what's most important for Napoli is to be in reach top 4, something that we did miss last year, and against Verona, the last game of the season, we definitely deserve to be in Champions League last year, regardless of things that happened. But I think Napoli deserves to be in the Champions League. So I think that's, to me, that would be the number one priority, to finish in the top 4 of Serie A. Then whatever comes after that, to me, it's gravy. It's all.
But you guys got the team. I think you guys got a better team than Inter, at least. No, I'm not saying Napoli.
Better than Inter?
Yeah, I think
You
that
mean reigning champs?
Napoli on the paper, to me.
beautiful.
To me, they have better
Beautiful.
players than
Give it
Inter.
to him.
Andre,
No,
gotta
he's too
use-
much white. He's too white.
Andre, gotta use your psychiatrist. You were
No,
telling
especially
Mo
on the
you
forward
won.
line.
I mean, they
Napoli's
just played.
much
They
better.
tied 1-1. It's not that crazy.
But better than Inter?
Yeah,
Just
to me,
perspective?
they're one point
No,
To
difference.
me,
that's-
Napoli's got better player than Inter, Mike. Okay?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, let's say who you would start. Let's do this. Goalkeeper, Ospina or Handanovic?
I'd probably do a spin.
That's just pretty much the same to me.
Who would you
I would
prefer?
just put Ospina. I'll put
Okay,
Ospina.
Ospina. Now let's do the center backs. Rachmani,
Too much, man. Too many.
Rachmani
We're
or
being
Bastoni?
very lucky.
I'll take Rachmani.
In that the see.
I'll take
see,
Rachmani.
That no.
I mean,
no,
Rachmani's doing
no,
amazing.
No, it's not. We.
Talking
it's
himself over there.
It's like the that split of a second. We get our toe in it.
Come on.
But how far can this continue like this? That the toe is going to reach on time and clearing the ball a couple of feet, and then they get it back again.
Call a little shoulder. Call a little shoulder.
Look,
Or
too much
Spalletti.
space. Look at this.
Spalletti, little shoulder. Call him up. Said, hey, little shoulder. Make some changes over
Too
there.
much space. Now we're outside the box.
Shoulders.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that.
Look, we're outside the box. We're giving them a lot of space. Well, look, we're not pressuring the ball
Yeah.
carrier, and they're able to move.
Yeah.
And one penetrating pass.
Guys, Ludo is talking to himself. He's getting nervous. Guys, Ludo is nervous, okay? Don't mind him, okay? He's from Naples. It's on the blood. The blood never stops circulating.
I want the other team to beat us, not us beating ourselves.
I like that. But
That's what-
I don't want Napoli to
For a
lose.
silly mistake.
I don't want Napoli to lose because I want them with a little less energy when they're going to be facing AC Milan. I want Napoli to move forward, and I love Naples. I love Naples.
Now makes sense.
Naples will be my second city that I will adopt as my second city in Italy. Okay? If somebody will say, Antonio, if you were not born in Bari, in which city would you, wish to be born? And that's the city, Napoletano.
That's everybody's wish.
But now I understood. You
Look
already
at it.
you expose yourself on why you want Napoli to win now. You want them to win for your
So they
own
get
selfish
tired, so
Milan
they don't,
reason.
Listen, when I was in the when I served on the Air Force in the Army, unfortunately, a lot of those people that they come to the blog over here, they haven't served. Actually, they just came over here to the United States avoiding to
Look at
service.
it.
But
The guy went by himself 40 yards,
yeah,
untouched.
when I served on the Air Force, the best
Untouched.
group was
Look at
Baresi,
this.
Napoletani, and Palermitani.
Look.
Bari, Napoli, Palermo.
We're chasing
Forget
now.
about it.
We're chasing.
Ludo, don't worry, Ludo. It's just a game. You're gonna be fine, Ludo.
No, it's not. You don't want to. You don't want to repeat the same mistakes that you did last Saturday. So far, everything has been going well for you, but
The small mistakes, the
the small
small
mistakes
details.
and
Ooh.
look
Napoli's got to wake up a little
now.
bit.
Yes, we need look. And
Oh, there we
just
go.
now-
Good,
right,
hold it.
Right.
Oozing, man.
Grande.
Dai, Vittorio,
Beat it,
dai,
beat it,
Vittorio,
beat it.
dai, Vittorio, dai.
Come on,
Hey,
go
do you know
for
that,
angle.
Mike, one of the best...
Come on.
Oh,
Oh my
The
God.
box.
one of the...
There's nobody there.
Mike, do you know that one of the best movie producer in Naples was Vittorio De Sica, right? That's why this Vittorio Osimhen,
we
I
have,
think, is...
now
De
we have
Laurentiis.
Sorrentino.
Oscar nomination for best foreign film.
Yeah?
The Hand of God.
Yeah, but...
Paolo Sorrentino.
I didn't watch it yet.
If you watch a
gotta watch.
Vittorio
That's
De
a movie.
Sica
The
movie...
The Hand of God?
That's a movie. Yes, The Hand of God.
Ludo, you don't watch it
It's
yet?
the story.
Oh,
I
I
did watch
didn't
it, of
watch
course.
it.
It's a good movie. Ludo, I didn't watch it
Yeah,
yet.
you didn't watch it.
I mean, most people do know Paolo Sorrentino, a Neapolitan director, because he won the Oscar for Best Foreign Film in 2014 for La Grande Bellezza, The Great Beauty. He won in 2014 Oscar. Then I went right.
Felt it in his soul.
So now he produced a movie, basically telling his story as a teenager.
Wow.
Growing up in Napoli during the 80s and what Maradona
Meant to the city,
meant
right?
for him.
Oh!
Meant for him, Maradona and the Napoli team, and growing up in that era, because he's like 52, 53, so he was like 16, 17 when Napoli was purchased by but Maradona was purchased by Napoli. So he tells his story and how, thanks to Maradona and thanks to Napoli, he did not die young. He was kept alive because his parents died. So thanks to Napoli and Maradona, he's still alive today. That's why it was the hand of God that helped them.
Continue.
I don't want to
It's
give
mostly
the
about
movie
culture,
away.
though, right?
It's not about
It's
culture.
about
It's
life.
about
La vita a Napoli.
yeah, the life of Naples. But
Might have to
thanks
skip
to
that one.
thanks to Calcio, he was able. Thanks to Napoli, he was able to fulfill his dream, and he moved to Rome at a very young age, and he started directing films, and then he got his big break with La Grande Bellezza and won the Oscar in 2000.
So Ludo, let me pick your brain, since you are one of those big cinematographer lover over here. Is this movie on the same line like
4-1 Rangers.
Tornatore, that when he did Cinema Paradiso, like un realista, sì or no? What's the
Yes,
story?
it is, but you need to understand the Cinema Paradiso is a little bit different, because you go from today's this is
That was my life, by the way.
Ludo's about losing his hair.
it's like you go from you take a person's life from when he's old and he remembers his youth. Here you need, some people did not like the hand of God because the way he portrays his family and the way Napoli was in the 80s growing up, families getting together, going to the beach on the boat and passing time and Sunday, and the way Napoli was as a whole when Maradona arrived. So you need to understand that era in Napoli in order to get a better understanding and feeling about the
I was in
about
Italy
the
when
movie.
that
It's not just
happened,
a
Ludo.
flash.
I was in Italy when that happened. Okay.
Wow.
I was 28 when I decided to that my new experience was to change from Italy to United States. So I got to enjoy Maradona almost to the very end. I did, actually till he retired. Actually, or he was forced to retire.
I think he played his last game against Bari in 1991.
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
when he
Wow.
that's when he went away. That's when he basically at nighttime he started
Yeah.
he moved
Whoa! Offsides?
No.
We're not,
Punizione,
no.
punizione.
the defense. There's
yeah.
great timing, but it's the midfielder. We are allowing them to get closer and closer to the net and do what they want when they want it. And
Hey Marco, what do you think about Busquets not starting the game? Busquets is
I don't really
it's
have a big
teammate.
opinion on that,
Wait,
to be
stop
honest.
playing.
Well, Busquets is a teammate of Xavi. Xavi should be just put him in.
What is this?
I don't know.
It's
A
a
charity
favor.
match?
Yeah, you have to do me a favor. I do him a favor.
There's a question from Veet that asks, Antonio, do you still call Meret Butterfingers?
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
The way you answer questions.
Oh boy. That's it. No elaboration.
Is our friend Phil watching the game?
he's off.
Probably.
He's off. He's off. Well, he's off.
Ospina.
Yeah, he didn't even.
Osimhen.
Or
Yeah, he didn't even. The Barcelona play didn't even go for the. Didn't even go for the for the ball.
Look, Spalletti.
Spal.
Spal.
Hey, can you imagine Spalletti fare l'allenatore della Spal?
Spal.
Spal.
He said it in Italian.
was
Can
a
you
coach.
imagine if Spalletti coached Spal?
Oh no. Oh.
Bravo, Meret. He wiped the butter on the floor.
Nah, that's not
Too
a penalty.
much
man.
initiative from
Look, Xavi. looks nervous.
from Barcelona.
Va bene, se non, they're losing 1-0 at home, Ludo. They have to take
Oh,
the
let's
initiative.
go.
And now it's going to be a 2-0.
El
paisa.
Mats.
And now it's a 2-0.
Mats.
Watch. It's coming.
Come on.
It's coming. Vittorio. Dai, Vittorio. What happened?
What are they doing? No, they're
He stopped
checking.
the game.
Are they checking?
Checking what?
They
The,
checking what?
the handball,
That was a handball?
potentially.
Get
Potential
the
penalty
hell
check
out.
against the Napoli thing.
Oh, I didn't
damn.
see anything.
That's not good if they're calling them. That's probably going to be a penalty then.
Wait, why
Come
don't
on,
you
Meret.
but why don't you let the
was
play
over.
fin?
The play
end?
was
What?
over.
Koulibaly had the hand out, I think.
That's it. Oh god.
No, what is that Koulibaly?
Juan Jesus.
Oh.
Wait.
Fingers.
Not really.
Fingers.
Not really.
Yes, it
Oh
did.
my God, his fingertips.
But the ball did get through.
Yeah.
His
I
fingers.
know. Yeah,
His
doesn't
fingers
The
Fingertips.
ball, the hands was out already. It's not that he moved his hand.
No, the ball.
I mean, it literally makes no difference.
No
The ball is
penalty.
going
Yeah,
there.
the cross-
No penalty.
He's giving it a penalty.
Yeah,
It's
touch
going to
his
be a penalty
fingers.
for sure. Yeah, that's always going
touches
to be given.
fingers.
Oh, you
He called it.
can say that, right?
Yeah, you can say that's fine.
Cagliani.
Cagliani.
I
That's
mean,
a,
that touches
that's a
fingers.
stupid pen. That's a stupid pen. I mean, you're.
It's in the rule book.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, I
if
know,
it
doesn't
hits,
change
if it
it. It
hits,
doesn't
if
change
it
the
hits
direction.
his fingernails, or if it doesn't, it's still going to Meret.
No, I agree with you. But
It literally makes zero difference.
Marco, it's not that he pushed the arm
I'm,
out. Watch, the
I'm
arm was
agreeing.
out
Yeah,
already.
Bro, I'm
ball-
agreeing
the
with
ball,
you.
the
The ball was
yeah.
going to Meret no matter what. If that hit his
The
fingertips or if it did
destination
not.
of the ball did not.
It's the same place.
The hands did not change the
Direction
traveling
of the
of
ball.
yeah.
No,
the
I agree
direction
with
of
you.
Those
the-
are one of those when you slow it down and you see that it hits. You're like, all right.
Come on,
you know
Meret.
they're gonna give it, but
Come on, Meret, prove everybody wrong.
Yeah,
First
it's one of
myself.
those technological, not cultural related.
The guy's too nervous.
go.
Look at this guy
Mano
here. He's
Di
too
Burro's
nervous.
gonna say
The
this
guy's
one.
too nervous. Come on, Meret. Come on. He's going straight to the middle. Don't move. Straight to the middle.
instead of hand of God, hand of
Yes, straight to the middle, Meret. Don't move. Oh my God! I told him.
butter. He listened and you didn't.
Oh God.
that's an annoying one.
It is. It is an annoying.
God, he should have at least even put a foot over there.
And You should stay in the middle though. And
I did.
And he stayed in the middle, but
But the ball went straight over there. It didn't move.
what are you talking about? One left.
So no.
Where's your
Mike,
glasses?
watch. Straight into the middle. Mike.
Ludo, that's straight in the middle.
It is in the middle.
Mark-
What are you talking about?
This straight in the
It's
middle?
left.
One left. One left.
Yo, you don't know what middle is.
Listen.
Aldo, here.
Your body, Mike, your body
It was
Ludo, what is
undecisive
it?
where to dive. But
Medic
if he
stayed
would have
in the
picked
middle.
one side, he would have. Yeah, no, he was going. He didn't
tried to follow.
Right.
Whatever,
Yeah.
yeah,
If he would have gone to one side and picked the better side, then he would have. That's an easy catch.
But we can all
Look at
agree
this
it's not in the
guy,
middle.
Look at this guy. He let the play.
Why is he so
now we're gonna.
convinced? I don't understand.
Sasan, thank you for your donation. Says, will we ever get back to dominating Europe like the 1990s and early 2000s? I think so. I think Serie A, we're the only other league besides the Premier League that has the infrastructure to have so many top teams have history of winning in Europe. I mean, it's something that you don't really see in any other competition. And I think that you're seeing even big players choose to come to Italy. We're seeing talents develop there. The only thing that we're really lacking is that infrastructure in stadiums and a little bit of organization and on the business side of things with Serie A
And developing
with
players.
our teams. But besides that, and I know that that's an important factor, I still think that Serie A, we still need time. We still need a couple of years, but things go in cycles, right? A couple of years ago,
Sure.
the Spanish teams, they dominated. The Spanish teams were unbelievable in Europa League, in Champions League.
And on the World Cup.
Right now, it's a little bit of the time of England because they won the last, was it 2 Champions Leagues? It's been it was 2 English teams in the
finals.
last Champions League final,
By
right?
the way, they lost the Euro too. They lost the Euro, England, right?
My guy. Thanks for that reminder. And I think that it will get back to Italy being there as
Dai,
well.
Vittorio, dai.
Ooh, look at that hustle.
I still think that look at the amount of coaches that we have. Like the amount of talented coaches we have in Italy, the top 7, we have unbelievable ideas and philosophies and just the style. I mean, look at Italian coaches all around the world. We go to so many different teams and we've made history at Chelsea, make history at Real Madrid, make history all over the world.
In China too.
Yeah, but we're talking about the Europe.
Top 5
Out of the
leagues.
Europe, all right. But you said all over the world. I mean,
Okay.
we are
All right,
coaching
you wanna-
in China. Yeah. Which
Okay.
is,
Go, go, go,
Fair
go.
enough.
Oh, come on, Victor. Come on, Victor. Come on,
Oh,
Victor.
Shimazzo got it.
Come on, Victor.
Gotta pass
Who's
it.
in the middle?
Oh,
Oh, he did.
And Insigne is getting late to the appointments every time.
Madonna, dai, 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 la palla è buona, la palla-
Insigne
no,
is not
stop.
attacking the.
He's
the,
following Italian time, right?
The
He's a little
far,
late.
the far post.
Ludo, what change would you make right now to make things happen? Well, you're not losing. I mean, we are under 1-1. I mean, it's not a big game so far. But if you were to change a couple players, what would you do?
Insigne should have been there. Right now, I think I would change, not because of this run. Don't get me wrong. I think Insigne looks a little tired. I think he should have been there, and a couple of opportunities should have been to the far post because by giving that ball, you just need to tap it in.
Oh,
And that's
this
not.
is good.
Yeah, he's off. I think he would have been off anyway. Zielinski, I think, is playing a great game. Fabian Ruiz is playing a great game. Elmas also. I like the way Elmas is playing today.
Then let's leave them all in because they're playing well.
No, you need to make. I think Mertens will come in at a certain
on the 70th minute, right?
at a certain point. He will come in, and I think you will also see Demme coming in at a certain point.
Really, Demme?
Yeah,
A holding midfielder?
yeah. Look, it's
No.
you got to be careful now.
No.
Thank God.
You can't. It's
Thank God. Aubameyang. This
know
guy grew up on the AC Milan youths.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Why'd you give up on him?
I won't see
Because we didn't have the money that his agent demanded, and we
Demme
traded him.
would come in for Fabian Ruiz.
You're speaking out of your ass now, man.
You don't want to hear me speaking from my ass.
We hear it every podcast.
No, it was not good enough on AC Milan. We gave up on him, and then he went up in Germany, and then he made his
England.
fortune in England and Germany.
His fortune.
You
Fortune
know.
500.
I think Barcelona, they're so desperate that just to sign somebody like him, it's not really a great player anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pablo Lozano's injured, Politano's injured, and
Lobotka.
Lobotka.
Ludo, who you guys playing Sunday or Saturday, whatever?
We play Monday.
Or Monday against who?
We go to Cagliari.
Ooh.
I believe.
It's not easy.
The
not easy.
fisherman, right, Ludo?
Listen,
Mamma mia.
Cagliari is a solid team. I think.
Yeah, they are good.
I think the roster of Cagliari is much better than Empoli, but there's a 10-point difference between Cagliari and Empoli right now.
You got
had a better first half of the
Mazzarri.
Empoli's definitely better coach though.
Well, he's in January. He got the blessing from the club. He threw a couple of players out, and they said, "Listen, you want to stay in Serie A? We got to do things
There's your guy.
a certain way."
Busquets.
He got- yeah, now they all come.
Biscuits.
Yeah, now we need
Biscuits.
to
Now you
make.
think
Now you got fresh.
Anthony, you copied me there.
Yeah. Hey, what about Jordi Alba? Mark, can you check how old is this guy here? How old is
Take
he?
a
I
guess.
gotcha.
35.
Ooh, that old?
He's been playing for too long. 35 at
These
least.
guys been playing for too long.
Jordi
We're
Alba.
talking about
33,
players too
34
long.
to 35.
Yeah,
at least
honestly,
35.
it's really weird that I still see Piqué.
Right?
I thought he was
So
gone a
big.
long time ago.
So weird.
He is 32 years old, Antonio.
Jordi Alba? Wow.
He's turning 33 in a month.
Dembele, this guy's quick.
Dembele, see who can he go anywhere?
Happy birthday to Jordi Alba in advance.
It's a month.
In advance.
All right. Happy birthday to you in advance.
Hey, happy birthday to Ludo in advance.
Not you, Anto. There was also a question.
So when is
Do
Ludo's
you guys?
birthday coming up soon?
You don't know? He's
No.
your paisa. You
I don't
know
remember
birthday?
birthdays.
Yeah, he doesn't know your birthday.
My birthday is when I was born 6 hours before Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
BC.
Yeah.
That is the most Ludovico answer you could
Yeah.
ever give.
Damn,
you
and
do the
actually
math.
I alerted
You do the math.
everybody.
6 hours.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
That's
That's
Jesus.
amazing.
That's baby Jesus. Well, he looks a little bit different from baby Jesus, actually. This guy's a little devil.
No, Ludo's
if
a
you don't
I
saint.
know
think you're
him.
the devil.
Ludo's a
You're the
saint.
Milan devil.
Look at the left.
want a
Oh,
team
no.
full of devils.
Napoli's not doing
Look,
good this
he's
second
got-
half at
look.
all. Oh, beautiful.
Bravo,
Good.
bravo, dai.
Insigne
That's hilarious,
is not.
such
He
a
is
hit
coming
answer.
back, but more towards the middle. We need the team to come up now. We need the team to come up. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Di
Dai,
Lorenzo.
dai,
now
dai,
is getting-
dai. Sfonda, sfonda.
That's not a bad ball.
There was a question. There was a question.
That's-
Do you guys think there's any chance we could see Holland playing in Serie A?
Maybe one day.
Listen, Alan, I don't think it's worth for Serie A because we have much better player than Holland.
Who's
We
better
have
than
so
Holland?
much better.
Who's better than Holland?
Come on, you got Leao.
Castillejo.
You got Leao. You
Sanchez.
got
You got layout. You got layout.
Ibrahimovic,
Salas
Giroud.
maker.
Come on,
just
Salas
gonna- are
maker.
you just gonna-
Brahim, Brahim
Are you just gonna name the
Diaz.
Milan roster?
Osimhen, you got Osimhen over
Berardi.
here. Berardi, sure.
He got married yesterday.
Did he?
Wow.
Congratulations to Berardi.
Domenico, he's one of my favorite players, by the way.
Oh,
Berardi will take him on AC
You
Milan
like-
anytime.
Where's he from, Anto?
To me, Berardi, I have a friend of mine, Michele Berardi, is from Foggia. So he's got a southerner last name.
Okay,
Interesting.
back to my question.
Yes, sir.
Holland.
Cariati.
Is there any way we can get
Where is this? Calabria.
any way we could get him to come to Serie A?
Listen.
Which team?
Which team?
I don't think we could have your opinion anymore because you just named the entire Milan roster.
said layout twice.
He said he said Castilla. No, he
Salas
said
maker.
Salamakers.
well, the only
Maybe
team.
Napoli.
The
could
only
be.
team. Well,
Napoli.
there's actually two teams.
Now I know you want to know Juventus. You're
You
starting the
almost
campaign
smacked
already.
me. No.
You're
There's
starting
actually
already
two
the
teams that he
campaign.
can actually go to and they can afford his salary.
Inter.
Is Inter and
Sassuolo.
Milan.
I think Inter.
Because Napoli has Osimhen. Juventus already invested in Vlahovic.
Yeah, you're not gonna get
So
him.
the only two teams that currently can afford him, because remember these clubs, these presidents, they're spending somebody else's money.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
but I think
Gazzidis and Inter. It's not like De Laurentiis that he doesn't have a dime.
To his name.
maybe
right?
they could get some
You
loans
got one
like
of
they
the
did,
poor
like how they brought
presidents
Maradona.
of Serie A. When Maradona was purchased,
Yeah.
you have no idea what they had to go through.
A lot of phone
Fellaino-
calls.
Maybe
Fellaino-
they can do that again.
Fellaino.
Fellaino
Oh
did not
my
have a
God.
dime in his
They
pocket.
passed the
It was all
contract,
thanks to
forget it.
politics and
It
thanks
was a
to Banco di
miracle
Napoli.
to
It was
bring
a
Maradona.
miracle.
But
Yo,
maybe
you
can
want a
they
lot of
pull that
money.
again?
Right?
Can they pull
No,
that again?
with today's rules and regulations, you can.
So
I mean,
too
the
strict.
bank exposed themselves, Banco di Napoli back then, It was 13 billion lira.
How much is that? Roughly.
Wow.
of
6-7 million at this point, right? With
Hey, now even Antonio could afford 6-7
Firmino had
million.
a dime in his pocket.
Now Padwin
Thanks
goes
to
for
the
that much.
politicians and convincing the banks, they were able to sign these.
Holland to Inter.
The
That will be
loan,
the
when?
dream.
You're saying
Holland to
in the
Inter.
future?
No, this summer. 75 million
God,
release
I
clause.
don't
Come
know
on.
about that.
They got it.
Yeah.
Do
They got it.
How do you know?
I don't know, but everything's been going really well lately, so I kind of feel like it could
I don't
happen.
know, but I hope you're right, but I don't know.
Nah,
The
I mean-
finances, are they in check? I don't know.
I'm just saying, it would be, how sick would it be if we could
I'm
get him
not
to go
saying,
to
of
Inter?
course, I
It's
want
That would be
fucking
sick.
Mbappe
Okay, if
to
there's
come
one team
too.
in Italy that would be able to sign him, it would be Inter. I don't think Milan would be the team.
Inter Milan, they have the money. I
Milan,
guys,
no.
They have
Milan
the
get
Milan,
new owners?
Milan,
If
Milan
Milan
is
get new
never.
owners?
Milan with
Well,
Elliott is not going to
nah,
invest in a
If
player
Milan get
like.
new owners, then
Okay,
look
but
at-
they're not going to get
look
new
how
owners
much-
by the summer and then by
Yeah, but
by
look how much
Holland.
they're paying
know.
Ibrahimovic, a 40-year-old guy that plays 15 games.
What?
What's Ibrahimovic's salary?
7 million for the
That's a-
year.
well,
That's
no,
it.
no.
For the year, 7, that's it. So Haaland is what?
don't
3
think so.
million more, 2 million more? But you're paying 7 million for a 40-year-old player that only plays 15 games a year.
They're never going to pay 75 million and then pay him
Yeah,
that
yeah,
much.
it's too much. It's too much.
That's too much, Ludo. They're not going to do
It
that.
all depends how the fund does.
I think
Elliot
I think Elliott.
make a lot of money.
I think with Elliott, you're never going to see stuff like that.
Listen, they are the owner of Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, all right,
I'm
all right,
serious.
all right.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Or you got to sell a lot of fishing poles
they-
to get
no,
Holland
what
to
about-
fish Holland in.
They have Cobelas, they have Bass Pro Shops, they have a lot of stuff. They made a lot of money. They made $2-3 billion the last.
What
The
happened
last,
here? now?
You're their accountant, huh?
I know.
No,
got the
I
yellow.
checked. I checked them.
Fabio Ruiz,
Yeah.
he's gonna come
Money.
out. Fabio Ruiz, I think, has to come out. He's tired. Fabio Ruiz and Insigne are tired.
For who, Ludo?
Demme for Fabian Ruiz.
Ruiz?
I see Demme and Mertens can come in either for Insigne or for Elmas. I think Mertens in the restarts, in the transition for Napoli, when they get the ball back, Mertens can do some damage.
We got our boy Uncle Sharma in the chat. He asked, "What do you guys think about the recent slump
Ciao, zio.
of
Oh,
Lautaro?"
this is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is dangerous.
Oh!
We spoke about it before. We had a whole conversation about Lautaro. Basically, I'm disappointed in his last performances. You know, I don't want to go overboard because in the beginning of the season, I was never a big fan of Lautaro. Last year, you know, I always thought that he was a little bit inconsistent and he never always showed his quality. Then the beginning of the year, I took a lot of it back and I said, wow, all right, he's doing really well. Maybe he was in the shadows of Lukaku a little bit. But lately, over the past
made
couple,
a
I think
good
it's
pass.
8 or 9 games that he doesn't have a goal from open play.
Yeah, I think 9 now.
In Champions League, he's got 0 this season. In Champions League, I mean, that's not good enough. When you wear the number 10 of Inter,
Probably Unas for Elmas.
the number 10 of Inter, it's a heavy
Insigne
shirt.
is coming out.
100%.
It's a
Insigne's
shirt that you
coming
need
out.
to perform every time. And the thing that bothers me is that I feel like as a character, he lacks the killer ability. I mean, I watched him in those chances that he had in the moments, and it's like his brain scrambles. Like he doesn't want to take on this man. He doesn't want to take that shot.
Yeah.
He will play it simple or he'll overdo everything that he does. And for me, can you be a really good player in Serie A? Yes. Are you a top player? That we remember one time we said if Barcelona is going to pay 100 million. If Barcelona came with 100 million, I think that they would walk him to Spain.
The time with the ribbon, I'm bringing.
No.
And remember Peter? He said 100.
Oh, grande!
Giuro era fuori gioco. Questo qua era fuori gioco. It was offside. When he touched the ball, it was offside.
Do you remember Peter said he wouldn't sell Lautaro for 100 million?
Yeah.
Remember he said he wanted 150.
But listen,
Listen
at the
to
time
me.
he was on fire. And he's
Listen to me. These guys here are setting themselves up for a huge disappointment. So I think this Lautaro is a big bust. So
a
too
big
early.
bust now, not a big
Yeah.
bust.
It's too early. You're making it seem like he's too old already. He still has plenty of time.
the
Whatever. He's
talent
not
is
having a
not
good
there.
season.
Minchia, si è fatto male.
No, the
Ludo.
talent's there.
Si è fatto
Just
male.
not
Zielinski.
consistent.
Yeah, Anad asks thoughts on Jeff Bezos buying Napoli.
Oh, that'd be
Sorry?
fun. Jason, that would be
Anad
freaking
says, what do you think
Amazon.
about Jeff Bezos buying Napoli?
great. Amazon.
It's not going to happen.
That'd be nice, though, right, Ludo?
It's not going to. It's not going to.
What does anybody AC Milan? We'll take that. Yeah,
No,
buy
but
it.
listen, you have a good.
Can you
have a
imagine?
good fund. You got you have the money. Milan was about to make their biggest mistake a couple of years ago by changing.
Ragnick.
Oh my gosh.
Ragnick.
Basically,
Ragnick.
That would've been a mess.
And
Gazidis.
thanks to Pioli
No.
and what he was able to accomplish with Milan, that they changed their minds, but they were going into a total different
Okay, so
direction.
Jeff Bezos to Napoli. You don't believe it?
No, fake news.
Fake news.
100% fake news.
I mean, it would be.
Nice.
Can you imagine what he would
That'd
do
be
for
so
the?
nice.
Can you imagine what he would do for
I
Naples?
don't think at this point De Laurentiis will sell Napoli at least for another 4 or 5 years. He makes money on the club. I don't think he's producing any more movies. He doesn't have a dime in his pocket, so he basically treats this as his business, money coming in and money being spent. He makes money on it, and he will never, under any circumstances, throw money into the team and try to purchase a player unless there is money that's coming in from the revenue. That's the way that's the way I see it. But from the other hand, I give him a lot of credit. He's been around for 16 years, and for 16 years, Napoli has qualified for either Europa or Champions League. Kept Napoli in the top 5 in Serie A by making good investments in players. But you will never see something that extra push unless the money is there and from the revenue that comes.
You're a romantic,
that comes
though. You're romantic.
Yeah.
I know that you love tradition. Would you want to see Napoli get a big owner that could spend loads of money and really inject this into Napoli and try to become, a dominating force? Let's say, and I'm not saying this example, but like a Man City or some of these PSG like
Milan.
teams. Would you want to see it? Let's just say Jeff Bezos, just for argument's sake. Would you want to see that? Or are you okay with?
I would love to see it, but sometimes at nighttime before I fall asleep, I think and I say, but why Serie A cannot? Why these investors that have invested in the
Premier League.
EPL or in France,
Right.
they come to Italy?
I have a theory. with why in England. I think the reason why we're not getting them is because typically the owners that we're seeing in Serie A, besides Comiso, who's obviously a billionaire, they don't have the same money as the guys in England, right? Like the funds in England. I think that's because to buy a team in Italy is a great value, but getting them in England is a lot of money. And I think that they're just naturally going to go there because they're going to make more money off of that. It's kind of like, if you had the money, you would buy a Ferrari, right?
No. See, again, you saving again the foot, the knee, the thing. But how many times can you look at it?
Also, I think that our structure, from a business perspective, doesn't help.
The taxation is too high in Italy. They tax them to death.
I-
60%.
But the structure is there from the American investors, because now you have 5/6 teams
Seven.
from Serie A, 70 that are owned by American.
But we haven't always had a lot of success. Even I'm saying in the lowers, we've heard bad things about some Americans that come to Italy, and you gotta abide by their rules, right? Look at Pallotta, who's trying to make a stadium in Rome, or
Politics.
Commisso.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You have to adhere to those rules. Where I think in England, it's probably not. I don't know for sure,
Yeah,
but
the
it's
politics
probably
is completely
not.
different.
As
I agree.
difficult.
And this is what we were talking about before. Serie A
They're just not worth it.
reaching a certain point. I mean, guys, I'm Neapolitan. I've been to the Napoli Stadium millions of times. When I walk into that stadium, I know it's the Maradona Stadium. I know it's tradition. I know a lot of players have played there. But to be sincerely honest, that stadium, when you walk in, it's a bathroom.
Yeah, it
I'm
needs a
sorry
lot
to
of
say
work.
it. I'm being very.
Needs a lot of
I'm
work.
being very honest, and I think the Napoli fans or the Serie A fans, our followers that have been to the Napoli Stadium, can say you're absolutely right. I mean, it's a stadium that was built in 1959. It's over 60 years old, and it's in the middle of the city. Parking lot very, very limited. You have buildings all around it, and nothing is being done to make that stadium better or more efficient or more modern, just like other stadiums in Serie A. Just by giving it a name, Diego Armando Maradona, that doesn't mean you have the stadium, and that's the problem with the.
Okay, but forget about reality though for a second. Forget about reality of why they would do it or not. I'm saying would you want that? Would you want that for Napoli? Would you want them to try to inject a lot of capital and become a team that dominates, or
I would love to. I would love to have an investor, because I think Napoli, and based on what we spoke before, the city, the culture, Napoli is the only big city in Italy that has one team. And not two like the other cities. The Naples fans deserve it. Even the Naples fans around the world, the city, the history, the culture. I think they do deserve a big team to compete in at all at all levels.
You're not scared at all about being like losing the culture of Napoli, or being too corporate, or being too losing history, because that's often like the thing they say. Oh, now you're going to become a business. You're not.
Let me just reply to him. Ludo's position is this.
What are you, his lawyer?
Yeah, I know.
What the hell is this? I asked Ludovico a question.
He said
Napoli.
Ozyman for
Is the equivalent of what the Mets they were into this Major League Baseball, like comparing to the Yankees. The Yankees was the dynasty where we buy the best and we winning. We needed to win. Now you are telling Ludo. I said, hey, Ludo, stop being a Met. Now you're going to be a Yankee. Now all the money is coming through you, and we want you to be the winner at any cost. And Ludo said, well, listen, I am more comfortable being a loser, quote unquote, but not taking the money and
I don't think any of this.
Explain to him, Ludo.
Like we spoke before, the Napoli team, the Napoli fan cares about the shirt, not who's the president or who's running the show. The Napoli team is basically part of the texture of the city. So we want to see investors. Napoli, I think, deserves to compete and win more Scudetto. Just like the older South, that there's a huge difference between the North and the South. Look how many Scudetti the Southern team won from Fiorentina and below in the past 100 years compared to the teams from the North.
That's true.
We just cannot compete because there's no money to compete. But there's love, there's culture, there's passion,
Cazzima.
there's dedication, and you want to see the Cazzima on the field. So we do welcome investors.
Like
we do welcome people with money that can bring Napoli to where it deserves. Let's not forget, Maradona put Napoli on a map.
Yeah.
Whenever you Napoli plays, oh, Napoli, Maradona.
Yeah.
Oh, Napoli, Maradona.
For sure.
Oh, Napoli, Maradona. So it's Maradona that put Napoli on the map, but only one player, the best of all time. We had him, and those days, I don't think
Ludo,
they're going to come back anymore.
The best thing for investors too is like if you want to invest in the South, you'll lead better in the South than you do in the North, right? That's a big one, isn't it?
In order also to invest in the South, Mike, you also need to take into consideration some also outside sources, outside obstacles,
resources
that the South is not very famous for, quote unquote politics and all that. There's a lot of underground things. All these factors you need to put into the equation.
Mike, let me tell you something.
Mike,
let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm going to explain. No, I'm going to expand on Ludovico's stuff. I want to make sure that you understand this, Mike. You know how many people that are at the stadium right now? They will just forgo 3 steaks a week. They said, I will eat one time the steak, but I want to just have the money to go to the San Paolo or to the Maradona. So Naples, the shirts, the attachment to the shirts, means a lot.
Of course, it's heavy.
So if they have to eat just once a week the steak instead of 3 times, they'll be very happy just for to support
Yeah,
the
no,
team.
I agree. Yeah.
There's a nice comment from
Napoli,
V.
Napoli will support the team, but they also want to see some results. It's not like the 60s, the 50s, the 70s, where back then the Napoli presidents, before Ferlaino, I believe it was Lauro, Achille Lauro. Yeah, we had players that come in, Jepson, then Mr. 2 billion, Beppe Savoldi back in, buying certain players.
Jepson,
and
yeah.
we bought the player, and you had 80,000 every week at the stadium. Today, it's not like that anymore. The Napoli fan is more mature, and the big player is not enough anymore. They want to see some kind of result.
Jepson.
Yeah,
Grande
1955.
Jepson.
He arrived in Napoli in 1955. Then let's not forget Sivori, Altafini. They were a little bit
absolutely.
old. Rudy Kroll. In the
Ludo.
we had
dropping
players.
names.
Napoli is global. We got a V in the chat that says, "Ciao Ludo. I'm a Napoli fan from Iceland." Wow. From Iceland.
It's cold over there.
I hope he has
Ludo.
long sleeve Napoli shirt.
Umer asks, Antonio, can I hire you as my lawyer?
Anytime,
What are your rates,
anytime. If it's an AC Milan, no
Ludo,
fee.
Ludovico's position is that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was good.
It's the funniest thing.
I like that. Yeah, I can be your lawyer, no problem. What's his name?
Umer.
Omer, you're the best, I gotta tell you.
No shot.
Omer, you're invited to the podcast if you're around over here. Just to let us know.
And if not, we'll fly you. Anto pays.
Oh,
Man. Napoli didn't do anything the second half.
Oh my God, Fabian Ruiz
It's a
is
cramp.
touching
It's a cramp. It's a cramp.
his scarf.
He's good. He's good.
Gotta give him a little tickle. He'll be back.
he made 4 substitutions, I think, so far, if I'm not mistaken. Mario Rui came in, Unas, Mertens, and Malqui, I believe, came in.
Malquit.
I saw 4.
I'm starving.
Malquit doesn't quit. By the way, we're having a game. Yes or not? I said, tell the podcast guys
no, 5.
that we
5
have a...
Ludo.
What?
Marco, you
Rui,
can,
Malqui,
I
Mertens, Deme, and Unas.
Damn, I forgot.
Deme.
Correct, you're right.
I got your back, Paisa.
No, non c'è niente, non c'è niente.
No, they listen, you have to...
That's it, dai.
Oh, Anto, what time's the game today?
For all of us, it's
Yeah.
4:30.
Okay, I'm not gonna come.
Don't
We are at
say where it's gonna.
Well,
be.
yes, there's another game. There's a 3 o'clock game,
Yeah,
no?
Atalanta, Olympiacos, Lazio play.
Olympiacos. That's not even a game. Olympiacos
I'm
is
just
going to
naming
even
the
get
game.
their ass
I'm just
kicked.
naming
You know
the
he.
game.
You know he
Yeah.
wants. You know he wants Olympiacos to win.
Who?
This guy. He runs IFTV. He wants Olympiacos to win. You believe
What the hell
this?
is going on with you, Mike?
Should we kick him
We
out?
are here for Serie A, Mike.
Let's replace him
I'll
with
use-
We are
Ryan.
here to
I'll-
propose
I'll use-
to
I'll
promote
use Anto
Serie
as my
A.
You
lawyer.
believe this?
I'll do Anto as my
Oh
lawyer.
my God, Mike!
We're here to promote Serie A, and he's supporting
Mike,
Olympiacos. Can you believe
I
this? Anto?
consider you could be my son, but I gotta work on you. Okay?
No, I don't want that to happen. That's the last thing I want.
You're
That's
not
absolute
selling
last
him on
thing I
that.
want.
Your father is a little bit too permissive. Like, just the fact that you're the youngest on the family, that
I'm
doesn't
not
mean a
young.
lot
I'm
to
second
me.
youngest.
You know?
Oh man. That guy Umer says, "I'm an Arsenal fan, but if Antonio is asking, then yes, I support Bari and Milan."
There you go.
Antonio
my
is
guy.
corrupting the youth over here.
That's my
he tells
guy.
every person
That's
to become
my
a
guy. Leave him alone.
yesterday at the yesterday Antonio told like 5 waiters that nobody was an AC Milan fan. You look like an AC Milan fan. Like 3 of them said, "I have no idea what you're
I'm
talking
trying
about."
to suck them in.
That's how you got to do it. You got to beg for.
No, I
somebody
don't
to say-
beg. I don't beg.
Oh,
I just
that was
demand.
begging.
I demand.
Is that much better?
Devils, they don't beg. They demand.
Listen, I think it has to come from the heart. You cannot
Exactly.
just force anyone to do...
Exactly.
you cannot force anyone to fall in love with you. Either they love you or they don't.
Not Anto's way.
Uh oh.
No.
Oh.
No!
Te,
Big
bravo.
Big
Continua così, Ferran.
That's the thing. But now a more experienced player, that's
Yeah,
a
goes
goal.
in, yeah.
That's a goal, and that's
Go
how
on
you lose
target, at
these.
least.
And that's how you lose these games.
How the hell they made him take the penalty? This was even closer than the penalty. The guy missed
Yeah, I
it.
can't believe they gave
The
that
hell is wrong with this
stupid
kid?
See,
penalty.
look at that.
Thank
It's
God.
like, look.
Mamma mia.
Look at this.
He had an hour to
See?
Jerry Gambutti
it's
says, off to work. It's 6:30 a.m. in Australia. Nice chatting with everyone. Forza Napoli.
Yeah, man.
Always.
6:30 a.m.
Sempre.
Sempre.
Well, he's watching the game, of course.
So that means he had to be up at like 4:30 to watch this game.
See, it looks like now we're starting to chase again. Yes, it's not the same Barcelona with the same players. That,
no.
but, it's look at this. Look at this. Look at it.
Oh.
Grande Meret, grande!
You can't suffer
Grande.
That was it.
You can suffer
Yeah,
like
Guarda,
this the
vai,
last 5, 7
vai,
minutes.
bravo!
Look at this. Another miss.
Aia!
Foul.
That's a yellow.
Maybe.
Oh no, he's not going to get because he turned around. I thought he was going to get a yellow.
Meret made a save, man. Fingertip, watch. No bother this time.
No, he is, but 2 opportunities in 30 seconds. Right now, we're
Napoli's
La La
not playing
Land.
the second half at all.
Napoli's
At all.
Napoli right now is
The
in,
game is almost over. 4 or 5 minutes, that's it.
over.
No.
Look at this. Look.
Nothing.
Dai, ragazzi, dai, 5 minuti è finita e andiamo a giocare. Come on.
Look at this. We're just defending with. I mean, the defense, great job positioning wise. Rahmani, Koulibaly, but outside the box, they're able to do whatever they want. They're able to control the ball, move the ball, dribble, find a free man, moving the ball quickly. Here comes another cross. Perfect timing.
Bravo.
Now they get the ball back. We cannot get the ball.
Valentino, he said, us in Australia, we have the worst time difference. I've watched every game this year. I have to wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Mamma mia! De Jong, mamma mia!
That would have been the goal of the season. That would have been the goal of the season.
Let's see how off that was.
We're ball watching.
Oh my gosh.
And right now, Napoli is very, very. Napoli is right now is very, very
That was not that
lucky.
far. That was not that far.
Meret didn't even react.
No, you couldn't.
He watched it.
You couldn't.
E
do
come
it.
fai a reagire, Ludo? You can react. You see?
Wow.
You see?
The little touch changed it. The little
Meret
touch
is the
changed it.
king.
We
Meret
can-
is the king.
Anto, can you say hello to Hadi? He says, hi, Antonio, Milan fan from Lebanon. Forza Milan.
Adi, you know me. Allahu Akbar. Hello. Welcome. Auf Wiedersehen. Buongiorno and arrivederci. We like you, Ali.
Do you remember the time that
Meret,
we asked...
wasting time.
Do you remember the time that we asked Antonio to speak
6 minutes.
Spanish?
Yeah, I can
And
speak Spanish.
He said...
Hola.
He acted like he spoke Spanish, and then he said everything in Italian.
Yeah, just add the S on the end.
Yeah, I just the S.
No. What did he say?
Spaghettos,
That's Greek, Ludo.
Oh, that's Greek. No, that's Greek.
Piattos.
Ask him how did I do it? How did I do it? With my
No, your Spanish was terrible that time.
No, but
It was
I
really
spoke,
bad.
I did some Arabic language right now.
Here we go.
Die.
Look, we're standing behind. We're not attacking.
I have a lot of friends from Lebanon.
There's nobody in the box to collect.
Come on.
Oh!
Mertens.
Lollipop.
Chiruzzo.
5 minutes left.
Damn. Can you imagine if you won it with that?
Yeah, Obiatone. He opened this.
Actually,
It
good
was
afternoon
two.
or good morning. It's salam alaikum. Right? Salam alaikum.
Salam.
Thank you
don't-
or something? Or
No, salam alaikum is good morning. How are you?
Salam
no.
alaikum. Salam.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
They said, no, we're not going to make Antonio sing.
Oh!
Oh, no.
Bravo!
Ferran Torres has missed so
Bravo!
many shots.
wow, this is
That
nuts.
kid again, the guy that he buried the penalty.
Ferran Torres.
From
Wow,
Man
he had
City.
2 big opportunities.
He missed the
Two
ball. Thank
really
you.
big
Continua così, Ferran Torres. We like you.
Wow.
We love you.
Yeah, but look at this.
Mamma mia, che
Fabian Ruiz
disastro.
late on closing down and
Look, Xavi, man. He looks destroyed. Look at this kid here. I would bench him. I would starve him for 3 weeks.
You would start him for 3 weeks.
I would starve him. I said, first,
That's
you,
not...
you learn how to
First,
put
let
the
me
ball
have
touching the net. Then we talk.
Yeah, he's had like 2 or 3 really good opportunities to score. He's a talented player too.
He's a baby too.
Do you know who Pitbull is? The rapper?
No.
He's he calls himself Mr. Worldwide. You get this a lot. Everyone always says
Is it
Antonio's
international?
really the Mr. Worldwide.
Meaning I'm a pit bull too?
No.
Not eight.
No. Like he calls himself like Mr. Worldwide, saying like you know a lot about.
Oh. I think
You don't
I'll
know
take it
anything
as a
but-
compliment.
He doesn't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. You don't know anything about anything outside of body. You don't know.
No, he only knows Tony Sant'Agata. Look up Tony Sant'Agata.
I'm a little bit
I'm
scared
a
too.
little-
Oh, Nicola Di
too.
Bari.
Oh, yes, sir.
The body. No,
They're gonna.
Fernando Torres again. No,
That was
penalty.
clean. That was clean. No, it wasn't. Goal kick.
It's over.
Yeah.
Vai, vai,
Yeah,
vai.
oh,
Si è fatto
injury?
male, si è fatto
Oh,
male.
boy.
He's good. He's good. Come on.
That was scary.
We're suffering.
They're commenting Fernando Torres is a Napoli fan.
Yes, he is. He was offside, by the way,
That's
this guy
good.
here.
Was he
on the
off?
first touch, he was off.
I
Yeah,
wasn't sure.
yeah, it was off.
I hope you're right, Anto.
I'm always right, Mike.
Even when you're wrong, you're right. Right?
No, it's not a penalty. It's not.
No way, not even close.
But even the penalty given, it was a technological, modern
Why
times.
6 minutes? What was the waste of time? Why 6
penalty.
minutes? Why so much time?
The I guess the subs.
Too many, Ludo. Mamma mia, the guy landed on his back too.
Lucky, very lucky. The last few
Last 5
minutes.
minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the 10 minutes. I think Napoli's in complete
Disarray.
disarray. Yeah,
Literally.
yeah. We lost all
they look
that
like body out
the
there.
compactness as a team, as a unit, and
Yeah, no, they're not
very
good.
very lucky.
Look, Spalletti is fixing his hair all the time. He does all the time. He's fixing his
What, his
hair.
eyebrows?
How are you making fun of
Yeah,
me?
I know, seriously.
I don't understand.
His eyebrows.
Can you put on the glasses? I want to see Arrigo Sacchi again.
You think that looks like Arrigo Sacchi?
Nah, he does.
Maybe if you close your eyes, it looks like him, right, Ludo?
Oh,
Arrigo Sacchi. If you close your
Mike.
eyes, maybe it looks like him.
Mike, don't forget when the camera goes off, I'm gonna get back to you.
In football?
No,
il Milan
I'm gonna
oggi ha
spank
giocato
you.
bene, ha fatto delle cose spettacolari, ma insomma bisogna.
He sounds
sempre-
it sounds Portuguese.
That's how it goes.
That's how he speaks.
Inter oggi non ha giocato tanto bene, abbiamo fatto delle cose, ma poteva andare un po'
Mazzacchi,
meglio. No. Who's that, Mike?
What was that, Allegri?
Inzaghi.
Ah.
Limone.
Inzaghi doesn't talk like
Oh,
Yeah, he always
Fabian. Fabian's. Oh, wait, was that Fabian? He was wrapped up? His head.
Hey, I saw the comment
Yeah,
in
they
the,
put
the
a,
Corriere this morning.
They
and
put,
Inzaghi-
they put the capicollo netting on his.
That's funny. The Gabagool netting,
The
right?
gabagool.
Ma voi a Napoli, how do you call it the capicola? How do you call it in dialect? In
O capoculo.
Oh,
There
so
we
it
go,
sounds
that's where
like.
it comes
a
from.
Bari is called u cap qued. La cap è un qued. La cap è un qued. Okay.
So is that where they get gabagool from?
Hey,
No,
over
no,
here-
that's Italian American.
Over
No,
here,
but I'm
that's where it
saying
comes
like
from for sure.
because what I was asking, I didn't even know capicola. I only knew coppa.
no.
That's what we
It's-
always
First
called
of all,
the
it's not
coppa.
capicolla. It's
is it?
in Italian. It's capocollo.
Capocollo.
Not
I o-
capi.
I only-
Capocollo means la capa
I
e
gotcha.
il collo. No.
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
Clear the ball.
No, what I'm saying is I never even knew it. I only knew it as coppa. I never knew the real. Whenever it was at the table, my family called it
Coppa is a
coppa.
little bit different, I
Coppa,
believe,
no,
from a
no.
different part of the.
No,
of
la
the pig.
coppa
Isn't
is
that
an
a different
abbreviation. It's an
what I
abbreviation
asked, but
for
they said it's the same
everybody
thing.
to call it. That they don't want to say capicolo. Dice mi dai un quarto di
I think that's a
coppa.
different kind. I think
Hai
we had,
capito?
I
But
don't remember.
Look at this.
technically, in United States, they destroyed this nice
just
cut of
chasing.
meat.
We just-
Gabagool.
No.
Oh no! Ah, Meret, grande Meret. That's my favorite goalkeeper. I want him in the Italian national team to be the second of Donnarumma. No, nobody else. And who's the second right now?
He's a second.
Giroud. Giroud.
Maret's a second.
No,
keeper.
Sirigu probably.
Sirigu. I was thinking.
What are you talking about?
Who's the
Zuri?
second of the?
No, it could be Meret. Ludo. Could be
Blow
Meret.
the whistle.
No, he's got to
Blow
give
the
at least
whistle.
another minute.
Blow the whistle.
Oh.
No, that's it.
no,
That's
è
it. It's done. It's done.
finito.
It's done. Blow the whistle now.
Grazie, arbitro. Dai, andiamo tutti a casa. Oh my God, what happened with Fabian?
Yeah, I told you, he wrapped his head.
So now we're playing with 10.
Yeah, you
for,
are.
for,
Shoot.
for a minute.
You are.
That's it. Blow the whistle now.
We've been playing with 10.
Beep, he's doing it. He heard you.
He
I
heard
saw
you.
it.
Yeah. I thought he had
E fischia scemo.
He doesn't have the whistle in his mouth, does he?
it. Hey, I thought he put it.
I can't.
Wait, Citron.
Wow, it was a tense last player too.
Dai.
I'll take it.
There we go. Game
Ah,
over.
you didn't call it. È punizione. Look at that.
Punizione.
You gotta-
Oh, he didn't whistle yet.
No, he didn't whistle.
What? You
What?
said full time.
Yeah, I thought it was.
No,
I
he didn't whistle. He
posted.
didn't whistle.
Oh my
He's giving a
God.
couple of minutes
Nothing
because
better. Oh my god.
of the
That's not
injury. I get now the ball is
Okay,
out. Now
now
I guess he's
whistle.
gonna. Oh, he's not whistling either.
good. Oh my.
Maybe he lost the watch, Ludo. Trip.
Blow the whistle, man. Oh, there's not. Okay, good.
Fischia.
Whew, that was a closey.
You know what he's
Just
going
wanna
to do?
play a little bit
when
more?
the Napoli gets close to take a shot, he's going to whistle. Watch. No, he's going to whistle. Watch. Sgraziato.
Wow.
Ma no.
No. That's it. Game over.
Game over.
Not bad. Not
I'll
bad
take
away.
it. I'll take
You'll
it.
take it,
Nice
Anto.
man.
You take it, Ludo.
Yes, based on what we saw the last 10
I'll
minutes
definitely take that.
on the substitutions and the players that were replaced, we were very lucky. I mean,
For sure.
better.
The second half, they look
The
like a
kid is
completely
crying.
different
Look at
team.
this. He's crying. The guy didn't miss 3 chances.
Yeah, he did
No,
miss.
he's crying. He's on the floor. Look at him.
Maybe he's just
Barcelona
tired.
No,
did
he's not
miss.
tired. Look
Look,
at
he's
him.
tired. He's not crying.
Did
He missed
miss
3 big chances.
a few
He's spreading these false
chances.
All right.
Defensively, Napoli was magnificent, meaning especially the two.
You see, I told you that he's crying, Mike, spreading
The
rumors.
two
Look at
center
that.
backs. The two center backs, Rachmani and Koulibaly, were really outstanding,
Except for some
and
instances. but yeah.
a little bit of suffering, but character-wise and personality-wise, we were there. Just too much suffering the last.
The
you know,
last
the
30
last 10
minutes.
minutes.
Even more. Ludo, we got a message from Ali. He said, Ludo, have you read the book My Greatest Friend? It's an author from Napoli, and the story is set also in Napoli. There's also a series on HBO.
My brilliant friend.
He says My Greatest Friend.
No, it's My Brilliant
that?
Friend.
Oh, so you
the
do
books
know
from
about it.
the books from Elena Ferrante.
Ooh.
Azz, and now we're on.
He's cultured,
I
Anto.
believe we're on season 3, and they already started in Italy showing it on Rai Uno 2 weeks ago, and now in late spring it will be on HBO because they do the English subtitles.
Wow.
But it's spoken in Neapolitan dialect.
Azz.
And the books are from Elena Ferrante.
Ludo, you should be the ambassador of Napoli.
L'amica geniale.
Yeah.
My brilliant
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
Ludo,
l'amica
you
geniale.
should be the ambassador of Napoli. I think you do a phenomenal
Ludo.
job.
Ludo,
Dude.
we're
Traveling the world.
We're going to make you quit your job. Ludo. You're going to have to quit your job. I'm sorry.
I think that'll be nice. I think that'll be good. But overall, I'll take at the Camp Nou. Hopefully, with this, they can finish a job at the Maradona.
It was a well-deserved 1-1. I mean, Napoli better
it'll
on
be
the first
difficult.
half, Barcelona a little better on the
Yeah.
second half,
I'll take-
so
it's a
I'll
fair
take it.
result. Fair
Would you, Ludo? You take it,
Barcelona-
right?
No, I do take the tie, even though you think of how how they tied on a penalty, a 2000, a modern penalty. Let's call it that way. Modern technological calcio penalty given, but based on his hand movement, it did not change the direction of the
100%.
ball. It was the fingertip. That was the cross. It went to Meret. Even if he would not have put his fingertips there, the ball would have still reached Meret. It did not change. It did not stop the trajectory of the ball.
Yeah,
So,
no, you're right.
but they need to call it. This is the culture of today.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You know, I'm sure that if it would have happened to the other side, us as Serie A fans and Napoli fans, we would have said, "Oh, that's a penalty."
No, you're
We
right.
would have wanted
Exactly.
it also,
That's
the
true.
penalty.
We always
Oh,
want
you
the
didn't
best
call-
for your team.
Correct.
Exactly.
So we got to look at it both ways. It's a modern penalty that we could have also maybe next week or in the future, it will happen to us.
Yeah.
And we're going to request it. We want it, and it has to be called.
Yeah.
And as long as things are done fairly, we're okay with that.
And hopefully by next leg, we'll get maybe some of the players that were injured be ready for this thing, hopefully optimistically, and we'll see.
Again,
We'll see,
the best thing for Napoli today was the defense. The midfielder could have done a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
They were maneuvering the ball really well the second half, Barcelona, especially when the fresh legs went in. And the last 15 minutes, we suffered with 3-4 clear chances that they were not even on goal. I mean, Meret did not even have to make a save. The ball, was too high. But it's the Barcelona of today with different players, different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
God knows, this could have been, they could have buried you with 3-4-1.
Yeah. No, you're right. 100%.
Well, listen, I came in, Napoli scored, and then I sat through the game. They tie on a questionable penalty, and Napoli, given to my good luck to Napoli, they wound up holding the 1-1. So,
Anto,
fair
thank you for that.
results. Forza Napoli, you know it.
De
You know
Laurentiis
it.
should give you a nice call and send you a nice fruit basket or
Well,
something.
De Laurentiis
right?
is the owner of Bari. That's why I'm supporting Napoli too. So I want to make sure he does the right thing to Bari
Absolutely.
too. So, having said that, you guys have a great day. I'm getting ready to go to play soccer, and that will be it. Ludo, it's a pleasure meeting you again at the studio.
Pleasure meeting you. But Ludo, thanks for
All right,
coming.
thank you
Anto,
so
thanks
much,
for
guys.
coming.
Always a
And
pleasure.
Forza
Great
Napoli.
conversations and great topics today.
Hopefully second leg Napoli
Forza
get the
Serie A.
job done. And Forza Serie A. Ciao, guys.